unit? Where's the amp unit? We must talk about Monday Night Raw. It's a new era for Nikki Ash and all my almost super freaks. Oh, don't you know? Oh, my amp unit. Did you see me on Monday night? Did you see me Monday? I was on the show. Well, I was almost on the show, but almost is good enough. I was there with my partner Rhea Ripley in mind, spirit. Emotionally, I was there, not physically, because I'm almost doing things. Oh, Amp Unit, it's me, it's Nikki Ash. You didn't see me last night because I almost was there. But don't worry, I'm gonna almost be there next week. And the week after, and the week after. You'll never know because I almost show up places. I'm Nikki Ash. Pay no mind that I stole the gimmick from Snowball. No. I called Kevin Hart and he said, Nikki, we need to almost send this character into the stratosphere. That's what we did. That's what we did, Amp Unit. Don't say I stole the character. I didn't steal the character. Do you understand? I didn't steal the character. I called Kevin Hart. I said, I need to have the Snowball character. And then I talked to Vince. I said, Vince, I need to be on the new era. And he said, Nikki Ash, there's no way you're gonna be on the new era. Damn it, there's no way. And I said, well, can I almost be on there? I literally said, Vince, can I almost be on the new era? And he said, almost? Well, that's stupid. And I said, well, Vince, you gave me this character to be almost anything I can be. I can almost be on Raw. Anyway, Amp Unit, I didn't actually appear, but I was almost there. Anyway, keep the spirit alive. Go for your dreams, and even if you don't accomplish them, always remember, almost accomplishing things is even better than doing it. Oh yeah, I have to go find Rhea now. Nikki, fuck out of here with that almost shit. What is she talking about? Nikki, stay. Don't come back, Nikki. Ash, almost hit the fucking bathroom. Almost go get a fucking burrito. Go do something. Go fucking find Rhea. Here, you know what? It's almost time for the fucking ice cream cart to roll by. I hear the ding-dong bells. Here comes the ice cream truck. Go ask Rhea if you can go get an ice cream bar. Anyway, what's up, Unit? That's been a minute. Halloween time is around the corner, my favorite fucking time. Oh, my Unit, man, I got the big screen up and rocking. We're on a delay as always, just time off isn't gonna stop that. But it's good to see my Unit up in this bitch. Yeah. 150 on the ups, I just started this thing, damn. Hello. My Unit, man. We got a lot to talk about, by the way. Almost 2 weeks I've been fucking gone, man. I tried to make it back for Crown Jewel, as I told you guys. A lot of people probably wonder where BC was. If you actually watched the live stream, I said several times, I'd be gone until at least Crown Jewel. But that didn't happen, man. 171, man, we're about to hit 200. We just started this fucking stream, bro. You guys are fucking badass. What up, Unit? Wake up! Get up! Get amplified! Anyway, I promised Nikki Ash / Snowball some time at the beginning of the show. She wanted to address her Monday Night Raw New Era situation. Let me get a proper salute to my Amp Unit. Yo, you guys see what happened with fucking Becky and Charlotte, man? All this news. Now what's coming out is that there's a word going around that Charlotte didn't want to do any DQ schmaz to Belair. She wanted Belair to win the match, the title, whatever the fuck, or just the match. I don't know. Charlotte felt like the booking was going to further ruin her. So it looks like Charlotte is not actually happy, and some people don't believe that report. It's funny. They'll believe some reports, and then other reports that they don't want to believe, they won't believe. Then which is it, man? If the same fucking sources are telling you jack shit over here, then bullshit over here has to be looked at as valuable and viable. But no, I guess I'm just fucking, which is it? You're going to believe a story that there's all this heat, then you got to believe that Charlotte didn't want to do business the way it was conducted with Belair. And she knew it was going to fuck her up. Now, you got to remember, Charlotte and Becky were best of friends. Charlotte has admitted they went their separate ways. Once Becky started getting a lot of success, Charlotte went one way, Becky went another way, and they never really came together to see eye to eye. They had respect for each other always. But Charlotte didn't want Becky grabbing that championship out of her hand. Becky thought it would be great to have that moment with 2 belts. And I think it was a last-second decision where Charlotte said no. And she fucking pulled it away. Becky looked like a fucking idiot. And then Becky fucking chucked the belt at Charlotte. A lot of people are going to take Becky's side because we know Charlotte is a little bit more fucking reserved backstage, man. It is more about Charlotte, where Becky does have a lot more people in the locker room to support her. So anyway, that's one topic I wanted to go over. Number 2, I've been gone for a little bit. I can't fucking believe Sasha Banks didn't walk out of Crown Jewel with that fucking championship, and we did a lazy fucking swap. I done told you before I fucking went away for a few weeks. I said we better not have a title swap. But of course, WWE being the dumb fucks, the dipshits, and the fucking Guggenheimers that they are, they fucking went with a lazy half-ass title swap. Sasha Banks was more than capable to win that son of a bitch last Thursday. So my question is, why not just give it to the one person who's actually gonna be on SmackDown from now on? It was not Belair. It was not Becky Lynch. It was Sasha. But no, you don't want to give Sasha the fucking championship like that. You don't want to give her the big fucking moment because Vince never saw anything in this motherfucker. And it's a shame because he's the best of the best. So because you didn't want to put a championship on Sasha Banks, now you do a title swap. And nobody fucking wins. Expecto Petroleum, like magic. They just have a different title over their shoulder now. Oh, this is innovative, extremely awesome television that we're watching. Thank goodness for 617 writers. It's sitting in your fucking lap. Sasha Banks, you know, the best female wrestler in the world. She's right there to take the fucking title to the blue brand that she's going to. It's a crazy concept. But fuck, if anybody can see it, sitting in their fucking lap. Unless it's like a fucking earthquake or a typhoon or a Yokozuna or a Bastionburger or a Bam Bam Bigelow or a fucking Otis or a Bearcat sitting in your lap, they don't fucking feel a thing. In fact, I didn't even get to see the whole fucking pay-per-view minute to minute because I was doing literally 1,000 things at the time. Did I see Sasha Banks get rolled up in that Crown Jewel match while Becky held the ropes or some shit? Is that what happened? Somebody fucking confirmed that. Is JR9 up in here yet? I haven't even seen who's up in here yet, man. She got fucking rolled up. JR9. Yeah, roll up BC. It was the 100th. She got the 100th award? Let's give an award out just for that, man. Sasha Banks has got the 100th Fruit Roll-Up Award. And that is not an award that you want to win. That is the farthest thing from you want to win. You know, that's the creativity, right? Not only are you going to make Sasha lose or not get the title, you're actually going to have her take the fucking pin and you're going to have her get fruit rolled up. There you go, Sasha. And it's a shame because I love that fucking girl. I love her. Love her. But fruit roll-ups, here, the 100th Jared just told me. And JR9 is my statistician on this channel. And he just told me that's 100. Have several. Here you go. Here you go. Yes. Fruit roll-up galore. Yeah. Roll-ups. That's what this guy, it's a new era, guys. Roll-ups and rematches and redundancy and reckless booking. It's a new era. You didn't get the hint? When they announced new era, get this. And I know I'm all over the place, man. There's a lot to cover. We'll get to Raw, trust me. Now, it's amazing to me. They called a new era, and then immediately 3 minutes later, they advertised Omos and AJ Styles versus RK Bro. And the community shit on it so much. Even defenders of WWE, you know, the people that like will defend anything they do. No, that was good. I don't know what you're talking about. You're just a WWE hater. Even those people are like, well, wait a second. That's not just a rematch from Crown Jewel, because that's how they promoted it. We're going to have a rematch from Crown Jewel. No, that was a rematch from a Raw. That was a rematch from 2 Raws, 3 Raws, a fucking WrestleMania, another pay-per-view, a Money in the Bank. Who the fuck knows? It was 7 fucking times. 13 times if you want to add in one-on-ones. Don't give me that shit that it was just a rematch from Crown Jewel. Crown Jewel. I should have called it that from the jump. Crown Jewel. So they advertise this shit, and then it gets fucking booted. Because the entire community, even the WWE dick riders, they said, nah, brah. They said, BC's right about this, man. You gotta stop the rematches. So they fucking booted that match, brah. And they made some fucking schmaz match with Ziggler and Rude. We'll get to that, trust me. But this is what I mean about a new era. This is WWE not giving a fuck, but even worse, this is a joke. We're the joke to Triple H, Stephanie McMahon, and Vince McMahon. We just are. We're the fucking joke. Everything's a joke to them. This whole thing, they don't give a fuck. They're going to call out season premiere, try to pop a rating. They're going to call out fucking new era, try to pop a rating, right? This is the 3rd new era in 5 years. Do you guys realize that? They have tried to dub a new era 3 times in the last 5 years, and it never sticks, because what's the era? What was the last era? What was the last era we're in? The really fucking bad era? So how do you fucking top that? The real magic era? What's the new era? What was the last era? What's this era? What's the era? I watched last night waiting for the new era. The electrifying new theme song I didn't get. The fucking match concepts and the storylines to get jump started that we haven't seen in years. I was waiting for it, but I think we got a fucking bear claw. We got a bear fucking claw entrance theme now for Bearcat. Right? It's a right? And soon you'll have some fucking Braun Strowman's choo-choo sound effects. Because maybe this bear runs fast. He's like a train. He's a locomotive Bearcat. Who knows? Vince will make him a locomotive Bearcat, and then we'll have choo-choo. Carmela maybe have had a fucking... there was a few... Damian Priest, I believe, had some new themes. So, wow, this is definitely a new era, I was thinking to myself. Definitely no rematches like Carmela versus Liv Morgan, right? We wouldn't do anything like that, right? We wouldn't have a fruit roll-up on a good match, right? Like the Tag Team Championship match last... Oh, wait, that's not the case, is it? Oh, we'll get to that. But this was a new era. This is what we're told. And they say, well, BC, you yell a lot, man, and you always, it seems like you really harp on the negatives. But if you watch a Raw, you watch the whole thing, and you will literally see the holes. You don't even got to be a reviewer or a critic to see how many holes there are in the game. And not just holes where it affects the show, holes where it's affecting the future of the company. Do you get what I'm saying? That's what sucks the most, is that we see the mistakes that are being made last night and weeks previous and months and years now, and we know that because of those mistakes, they're going to continue for a long time because the seeds are being planted for more mistakes. That's why BC gets upset, guys. It's not just because I didn't enjoy the show. In fact, there were several segments last night I actually dug. You guys will know what those are when I do this review. But I thought some of the women last night absolutely killed their performances. Was the booking top notch? Of course not. But performance-wise, I had some good things to say, and I will say them. But if you think I'm gonna, when this red light goes on, I'm just gonna give you a bunch of horse shit, fluff it up so I can get extra fucking views and people to subscribe because I'm a positive guy, because I'm a regular old Chris Van Vliet? No, that's not me. I'm not the smiley guy who's gonna give you a handshake and a fucking wave every time I see ya. I'm gonna give you a side eye, and if you're lucky, I won't give you a smack upside your dome piece. I'm not the guy who's gonna fluff it up. I'm the guy in the coffee shop who's yelling at the fucking barista for fucking it up 9 fucking times, who's yelling at the dude behind me because he won't give me some space while I give my credit card to the son of a bitch. And I'm the dude who's walking out and yelling at the guy coming in because he wouldn't give me clearance to leave the store because it's etiquette to let the person leave before you go in. I'm that guy. You can call me an asshole. You can call me a douche. You can call me a prick, a jerk, a real old-fashioned motherfucking son of a bitch. You'd probably be correct on it all. I like to call myself the Amplified Man. So when the red light goes on, brah, we rock it. Bottom fucking line. Going away for a couple of weeks ain't gonna fucking change that. You watch this show last night, you see some good, and you see a whole hell of a lot of mistakes that are absolutely draining this company. And then you see Vince McMahon and Triple H and Stephanie McMahon smiling in every photo and fluffing it up and blaming X, Y, and Z. It's a Monday Night Football game. It's an MLB playoff. It's an NBA playoff. The National Hockey League just came back. The fucking tennis championships, the fucking golf nationals. A presidential speech, a big birthday celebration, everything. Half of the calendar year is always going to be something. If you're not producing a damn good show, you're going to lose in the ratings and you're going to lose viewers by the fucking week. It's a bottom fucking line. You can blame every sporting event you want. I say the same thing, man. I'm very passionate and I love AEW right now because I think they're the best wrestling show, but they're far from doing what they have to do. And that's why Rampage is at a 530-something thousand viewership. 530-something thousand. And I don't want to hear playoff games. I want to hear you got CM Punk. You got Daniel Bryan. You got Adam Cole, baby. You got Alistair. Malachi. It was called a Malister and then Alakai. You got fucking Black. Both versions. You might be getting fucking Bray Wyatt down the pipeline. But if you don't know how to use them fucking in the most extraordinary ways, people are going to get bored of it. The diehard wrestling fan, us, we don't mind how CM Punk has been being used. But it's clear the casuals and those that tuned out of wrestling came back for Punk and then they saw where he was trajectorizing. They said, nah, I don't like him watching wrestling fucking mid-carders and lasting 10, 15 minutes, barely beating them. Now, again, the diehard knows that's perfectly fine and believable. He's got ring rust. But I'm telling you, man, a lot of people tune the fuck out. And AEW is right back where they left off before Punk. So this isn't just fucking hating WWE, man. I'm calling it right down the fucking middle. If you're not literally electrifying and captivating fans, they're not going to show up. So you can call this a new era all you want, bro. This isn't a fucking new era. It's the same show. You can give it a season premiere moniker. It's the same fucking show with a few puzzle pieces mixed around. And you know what the crazy thing is? The old bastard doesn't even think this through. It's all a joke to him. He just took feuds from SmackDown and put them over on Raw. You just got fucking Liv Morgan and Carmela, both of them, after their little feud, both just went to Raw. And he wasted no time putting them in the ring together last night, actually. And last night, you also saw Rey Mysterio and Seth Rollins having a promo together and then wrestling each other later in the night. Rey Mysterio and Rollins, we know, was one of SmackDown's big rivalries over the last year and a half. So not only you claim you mixed puzzle pieces, you didn't actually. You fucking took the whole fucking enchilada, put it over here. You took the whole son of a bitch and put it over there. And hopefully people will see they're on red now and they're on blue. Different shows, so we can do this again. This is the most laziest booking imaginable. I know I'm all over the place here, man, in the first 20 minutes in this cold open, but there was a lot to go over, man. A lot to go over. And I wish, I really do, that I could come back after 2 weeks nearly and be positive and talk about all the great shit that has happened. You don't think that I wanted to come back here and talk about all the great shit, man? But I saw a lot of fucking issues, problems, and bullshit. Just like before I left. The bottom line, man. So no, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I never will lie to you guys, man. If that day ever comes, then I'm just fucking taking off the channel, man. I'm just done. There's no bullshit on here. I don't care who I piss off or fucking entity. It's tough shit. What I saw last night was not a new era, and you can't fucking devalue that phrase, because what happens when there is an actual new era on the horizon, right? You just devalued it, and that's what this whole thing is a joke to Vince McMahon, Triple H, and Stephanie McMahon. How much money can we fucking get before we can sell this son of a bitch? It's a joke. They have devalued WrestleMania. They made a WrestleMania SmackDown before WrestleMania. Then I believe it was WrestleMania Raw. And then they had WrestleMania Backlash. They took the name WrestleMania and they pimped it out till it devalued. They took the concept of Hell in a Cell and they actually had a Hell in a Cell Friday night before the pay-per-view. Then they had Hell in a Cell. Then they had Hell in a Cell Monday Night Raw afterwards. Totally devaluing the son of a bitch. Money in the Bank. They devalued it last night. They took 4 dudes to which don't even belong in the fucking conversation right now, judged on past performances recently. But 4 dudes are in this number 1 contenders match, and they turned it into a ladder match, Money in the Bank style, where they hung the contract up high. But why? Why devalue the Money in the Bank? The whole mystique of it, the concept. That's a gimmick that needs to be reserved for the actual pay-per-view. All this company does as of late is devalues. NXT's the same fucking way. Tonight they're promoting Halloween Havoc. Halloween Havoc was one of my favorite pay-per-views back in the day. Now it's just a cheap fucking imitation. It's a special show to try to pop a cable rating. This isn't Halloween Havoc, bro. NXT is half of what it used to be, a quarter. This is not Halloween Havoc tonight. It's a fucking NXT Tuesday night show with a fancy fucking name. But they don't give a fuck. They're ready to sell at any moment and they know it. So until that day comes, it's business as usual. We're going to pimp out every asset we have. We will go to Saudi Arabia 12 times a year if need be. Even if people don't feel right about it, doesn't matter. They're giving us tens of millions of dollars. You're damn right you're showing up. They're going to sell fucking their whole library, their whole network over to Peacock. They don't give a fuck. That's their baby. Nope, not anymore. I'll fucking sell it to you. What's your price? I'll pimp out the name WrestleMania. I'll pimp out the Money in the Bank concept. I'll pimp out the Hell in a Cell concept. But what happens when it loses its luster? Every other week, you're going to have a ladder match to grab something. You're going to have you're going to go up and grab fucking fruit roll-ups. Are you going to go up and grab fucking your best friend's grandmother's brassiere? What are you going to grab when you run out of things to grab? When people no longer give a fuck, what are you going to do? At some point, you're going to have to build wrestlers into superstars, like real superstars. And you're going to have to create, this is going to sound crazy, you're going to have to create compelling storylines, epic feuds that culminate at a big pay-per-view. That is the only way pro wrestling works. You build to a culminating match. You build a storyline to a great match that we have to see. It's great before they even lock up because we need to see it. That's gone. It's fucking gone. It's gone. Gone. Vince McMahon has lost the concept. And no, I will not stand for anybody going, well, Bruce Pritchard's his right-hand yes man. Well, so is John Laurinaitis, and so is Nick fucking Khan, and so is 617 writers. And so is H, and so is Stephanie. Vince McMahon doesn't give a flying fuck anymore. And unless you push him to the side, ain't nothing changing, motherfuckers. You can fire Bruce Pritchard tonight. And if you think this product is gonna change, you don't have a fucking clue what you're talking about. I got you. I got you, bro. You can fire tonight John Laurinaitis, Nick Khan, not Tony Khan, Nick Khan, Vince's right-hand man. You can fire John Laurinaitis, Nick Khan, Bruce Pritchard, 700 of the 617 writers, that's right, fire more than you have, and none of it will change tomorrow. Because of Vincent Kennedy McMahon. That is why you ain't gonna hear me blame the yes men. They're doing exactly what Vince wants. And if there's somebody in there that's going to fight the grain a little bit, like a Paul Heyman, they're fired. They're gone. Vince will always have a yes man. So why the fuck even say Vince and somebody else is the problem? No. The people cashing in, if you want to put other people with Vince, whether you like it or not because we respect him, is Triple H, Stephanie McMahon. Those are the ones. Those three are laughing to the bank every day. You think Triple H is hurt because he lost NXT? Fuck that. Every time he's asked about it, he makes the fans look like idiots. Says we don't know what we're talking about. Vince is in control and he knows exactly what he's doing and it's best for business. And then they laugh to the bank. And then we all go, poor Triple H. He lost his NXT. He's in every one of those meetings, bro. He's learning. His fucking big nose is so far up Vince McMahon's big ass. He don't give a fuck as long as the cash keeps pouring out of that ass. And I didn't even take a sip of coffee yet. Salute, unit. Oh, I got 2 weeks worth of fucking exploding to do. New era. They say shit like that like nothing, bro. Like nothing. Yeah, I'm caught up on that. I'm hung up on that. I'm sick of it. Nothing matters to this guy. Nothing. But sucking every penny he can out of people. What's up, unit, man? I saw some super VIPs come in, man. Let me just go over hour number 1 and I will get to them, I assure you, man. And really see who's up in this motherfucker. So thank you guys, man. 250 on the man. You guys are the best, man. We started this less than a half an hour ago. We're going toward 300 on the ups. Thank you, man. I missed you guys too, man. I see a lot of you guys saying, man, we missed the channel. We missed you, BC. Missed you right back, man. Seriously. Business had to be had. I also took a few days to go to Halloween Horror Nights down in Florida. I come back to the Northeast, and I got fucking a palooza of fucking rain. A rain palooza, a fucking flood warning and flood watches. I'm about to jump on a plane and go back to Florida. And then I took care of a lot of business, so... let me go over some of Raw before we keep going on, guys, and we'll get to the supers and such. Big E starts this show from Houston, Texas. The crowd doesn't give a fuck. They just chant, "Let's go Astros." They don't give a flying fuck about the fucking Big E or anybody there. There's a "Let's go Astros," and I'm sitting back like, who the fuck? If it's not my Yankees, I don't give a fuck. This is the worst World Series for BC, man. The Astros, a bunch of fucking cheaters, and the Atlanta Braves, which I'm pretty sure nobody gives a fuck about. I will not be watching this World Series because it's boring to me. It's a boring World Series. So anyway, Houston's saying, "Let's go Astros." And Big E's uncomfortable, obviously, so he goes, "Good luck to your Astros," I guess. You know what I mean? Because nobody gives a fuck. And for the next 15 minutes, we start a parade of superstars coming to the ring demanding a title match. Seth Rollins, who I'm pretty sure just lost his last big match at Crown Jewel against Edge in Hell in a Cell, correct? Well, if Seth Rollins just lost, how does he get an opportunity to even get the title? It doesn't make sense just because he's a superstar. So Seth Rollins is asking for a match. Finn Balor's out there, man. Get a donut McGee, I call him. This guy looks like he has never eaten a fucking donut in his life. Hey, Balor. Eat some fucking Entenmann's, man. You see this? I have a box everywhere I fucking go. I don't care how great shape I'm in, how big my muscles are. I eat so many fucking donuts a day, bro. Eat some fucking softies, Balor. Don't worry about 6 or 6, 7, 8, 9 chiseled fucking. Eat a fucking softie. They're powdery. They're soft. They're literally called softies. Look at that shit. They're so fucking soft. Look at that. Look at that. You can fucking taste it, can't you, Balor? You want a donut, don't you? Eat the donut. Eat the fucking donut, Balor. This guy never eats a fucking donut. Anyway, Balor's out there, and I could have sworn Balor just lost fucking at Crown Jewel to the King fucking Xavier. So what the fuck is Balor doing going out there now doing that, man? I want to. You just lost a big. Now you want a title match. How about you start with fucking. Call Brooklyn Brawler. See if he'll have a match with you. Right? Call Mace. See if he'll have a match with you. R-Truth, Ninja Tozawa, right? They're just eating their fucking triple-layered moose cake at catering anyway. They'll fucking go out and wrestle you. But no, here comes Balor, because it's the only names Vince has. You see what I'm saying, guys? Even though we love and respect these individuals, it just doesn't make sense. They lose these high-profile matches, and then all of a sudden they're going for a championship, basically. So Seth Rollins is asking for a title shot. Finn Balor. Kevin Owens is even worse. Kevin Owens has not even been fucking... Has he even been a speaking point in the last several months? Because his contract was in the air. So they were giving Owens these weird 30-second spots. Stuttering Ninja Tozawa one week, in these weird beatdowns with Baron Corbin another week, or 3 weeks, actually. So Kevin Owens hasn't even been... he's not even been a speaking point. There was nothing about Kevin Owens that has even been remotely of interest as of late, and he's going for a fucking title opportunity. And then Rey Mysterio. And again, all of these dudes we respect, especially Rey Mysterio, but Rey Mysterio is in the same fucking boat. This guy has been parading around in a tag team with his fucking son for the last year and a half. The last month and a half, he's been a fucking coach to Dominic. And all of a sudden, he's going for a championship. Again, it makes the fucking roster look like idiots. All you had to do was come to the ring and say, I want a title match, and Sonya Deville was going to stroll the fuck down there and say, oh, you know what? It's a new era. We're going to have that match tonight. You could have been in it. If only Fuckwad Fred and Danny Dipshit Dugenheimer, my local pizza delivery guy Luigi Lugnuts, if only they entered the fucking ring last night, they could have got a title opportunity. It makes everybody look like an idiot. Just like when Asuka was in the middle of the ring and Rhea Ripley comes down and she just says, I want a title match. Well, that made the whole women's fucking locker room look like schmucks. What are they doing? Putting on makeup? Trying to get the moose cake out of Ninja Tozawa's hands? What are they doing? Switching braziers? What were they doing? Rhea just showed up in her, and she just like, hey, man, I don't see anyone else around. I want to do things. And Asuka's like, okay! And there's the match. If you're not making sense of it, right? People like BC, right? Because Vince preys on the sheep, right? Vince preys on the people that are not going to ask questions. They're just going to tune in every show and go, I like this. This was entertaining. Hey, Jerry, did you like it? Yeah, Timmy, I liked it a lot. And then they go online and they hope that people like BC are going to speak positively because it was so much fun. No. There's those people that Vince preys on, and then there's people like BC that actually have common sense and logic, and we would like things to just make it a little bit of sense. And if we don't get it, we're gonna call it out. Didn't make fucking sense for these four. It just doesn't. Right? If you want that to happen, you have to think long-term and present them in a way where we can go, oh shit, this is going to be a banger of a four-way because these dudes are on top of their game and obviously they deserve a title shot. But when you think about two of them just losing their last big match, the other two totally being irrelevant for the last year-ish, it's not as exciting to the other half of the fan base that uses common sense and logic. I hope that makes fucking sense, and I believe it does, because my unit is the smartest in the community. But we're not asking you to move mountains. We're just asking you, Vince, to make a little bit of sense out of shit. Care a little bit. Long-term building plan. When you do that, man, everything works off of one another much more epically, beautifully, and more importantly, consistently. right? Because this company is so erratic and reckless with its booking, and that is why it is losing viewers by the fucking droves. Because even if you want to keep following it, Vince is making it so you can't. He's preventing you from even wanting to follow it. Anyway, we spent the first 15 fucking minutes with everyone going, I want a shot, I want a shot, I want a fruit roll up, I want a coffee, I want a title shot. So we played that game. Sonya comes out and Sonya says, all right, we're going to have a fatal four-way later. So already there's a schmoz. There's no new era here. You're literally admitting you did not build superstars. You're literally admitting that you didn't build any cool feuds. So you're parading a bunch of people into the ring in the main event and trying to hope that that suffices. So it's a schmoz. And on top of that, Sonya goes, we're going to make it a ladder match, basically Money in the Bank style, where the contract to be a number one contender will be hanging high above. But that's stupid because you could just take the Rhea Ripley approach, the Goldberg approach, and so many others where you just walk to the ring and say, I want the fucking shot. But then again, I guess that's what they did do, right? I guess all four of these dudes did take that memo and they did try it. So, okay. I love how they tried both of it. So they make this a ladder match. Why? Why does it have to be a ladder match? Because in the process, you're devaluing the concept. So you say, well, BC, man, to make it more fun, man. A ladder match. You can't say that it's not going to be more fun than a regular. First of all, it's a schmaz, so I'm not going to like it anyway. I don't need to see people bouncing off ladders because if you've seen it once, you've seen it a million times. That's why I say it should only be at the pay-per-view. Because the ladder match is a match where you're going to see the same shit usually 99.99% of the time, like a fucking Clorox wipe. 99.99% of the time, you're going to see the dude bouncing off the ladder, the wooden ladder that's spray painted like it's fucking steel, and somebody's going to go through it. My dome piece is not the size of a fucking pea brain. Okay? I'm smarter than that, and I want more out of my wrestlers and my wrestling. So no, I didn't need a ladder match to make it more fun. What I need is consistent storytelling that is epic. Superstars to feel like they're superstars and not 50-50 book jabronis. That is what gets BC interested. Not gimmick matches, because you can only do so many of these before they start to be devalued. And what has happened with the ladder match? It's devalued. Hell in a Cell? Devalued. You know, it's not like I'm speaking forward here, man. It's very like pro wrestling at its core, its foundation is simple. Build larger than life superstars separately, then have them come together in an awesome feud, a storyline, and it culminates at a big pay-per-view. How did we get so far away from that concept? Where gimmick matches are left and right. You have people climbing this ladder to retrieve a contract to be a number one contender. The same thing where Goldberg and Rhea Ripley and all them just asked for a match. And now we're doing this big charade. You watch, man. You guys watch 2-3 more of these because you'll be getting another one in NXT again. We just saw one a couple months ago, correct? Was that the Grimes and LA Knight one where they were going for the $1 million title? I forgot. The bottom line is you'll see another couple in NXT over the next several months. You'll see more. You'll see the next one will be SmackDown. You'll probably see another one at a pay-per-view. And by the time Money in the Bank rolls around, don't be shocked if you're like, well, another ladder match. Using pet peeve of BC, and I have many, using gimmick matches like nothing. With no care whatsoever. That's what pisses me off. The use of gimmick matches like they're so damn disposable. Devaluing gimmick matches. That's what pisses me off. Anyway, gear up, unit, because later in the night, that's your main event. The first match of the night is also a multi-man schmaz match, triple threat tag team title match. Street Profits versus Otis and Gable versus Ziggler and Rude. The winners take on RK Bro. Now, this is hilarious. It was supposed to be Omos and AJ Styles. The entire community shit on that concept. They said, wait, you just announced a new era? And now you're announcing a fucking rematch that we've seen 13 fucking times. So they do this fucking schmazzery. Triple threat tag match. Omos hits the ring late and takes out the Profits. Rude and Ziggler pick up the scraps and the W. The fact that Omos and Styles are still playing in this tag division, are still playing around Randy Orton and Matt Riddle, is absolutely dumbfoundingly pathetic and stupid. It's over. But this is what I mean about no direction for Vince. The guy has no direction. So he months ago put Omos with AJ Styles and had him in this thing with RK Bro. And here we are months later. And somebody will try to say, well, there's your long-term storytelling, BC. No, storytelling. Not having 13 actual matches, one-on-one tag team matches galore. No, you tell a story for multiple months if you're actually creative enough to do that. They used to be back in the day. And then you get to the match. And then if it's good enough, yeah, we'll see a rematch. And if it's exceptionally fucking great, we'll see a rubber match. Let's do it 3 times. But you can't do it every week on Raw and call that a storyline. And that's what Vince has done over the last several years. A storyline these days in WWE just means the same people are going to face each other every week. And that's the feud. That's the feud. They just wrestle each other every week. That's not a storyline. This is absolutely lazy and pathetic on Vince's behalf. And it doesn't even matter if the creative writers or Bruce Pritchard or Paul Heyman or anybody writes anything differently, because we have confirmation that Vince rips up scripts minutes before, not just hours, minutes before, if he feels other things need to be fucking changed, sometimes the entire script. That's confirmed by actual wrestlers, so it doesn't matter who the writers are or the head writer. Vince McMahon is fucking over the hill. He's gone. The dude's lost his fucking... He's lost it. That sucks to say. At one time, Vince McMahon was a genius, bro. Anybody that remembers those 80s, I'm not even talking Attitude Era. Vince McMahon was a genius. And now the guy, he doesn't even give a fuck. Doesn't give a fuck. Bruce Pritchard could give him a great idea. I don't like it, Bruce. This is too good. He rips it up. And then when people don't like it, Bruce is my writer. Bruce, burn him. Damn it, that son of a bitch. Doesn't he suck? He sucks. But we have confirmation that Vince is ripping it up. Paul Heyman didn't last in the role of Bruce Pritchard. You know why? Because Paul Heyman fought the grain. Only when he got it ripped up, Paul Heyman was like, all right, well, how about this? And then that got ripped up, and Paul Heyman said, well, I can't do it anymore then. Where we know Bruce Pritchard is a fucking employee. John Laurinaitis, they're not going to lose their fucking job. And they're there to be the scapegoat. They're there for people that don't know about pro wrestling to blame them. And that's why you see people, a lot in the community, they don't know pro wrestling. So you'll see them blame Bruce Pritchard for all of this. No, that's somebody who doesn't understand what is going on. If you know Vince McMahon, if you studied Vince since the 80s, brah, some of you probably the 70s and before, you know this is all Vince. And even if you try to give him something good, ripped up. This is Vince, bro. It's all Vince. And we fucking shit on this tag team match. So they have to get rid of the Omos and AJ Styles thing. They do this fucking shittery. The fact that Omos and AJ Styles is still in this, it's dumbfoundingly pathetic and stupid. I honestly cannot even fucking believe that we're still playing this game. Let AJ Styles free, man. Let this dude free. Enough. He has held the hand of Omos long enough. If Omos is not ready to go, Omos needs to go to a developmental territory in the middle of East Buttfuck McGee Islands. Learn. Take Nia Jax with you. Do what you got to do. Take Dana Brooke, whoever you need to take, and learn how to wrestle better. They've all gotten better. That's great to see. Keep getting better. But you shouldn't be using AJ Styles to do that anymore. He has done all he can. He's watching all of his buddies in AEW get some cool shit, cool moments. Omega, Adam Cole. The Bullet Club has been in the fucking... And here's fucking AJ Styles stuck with almost. Still call him almost. AJ Styles, man, is one of the best wrestlers in the world. I'm done with this Omos shit, man. I don't know how much longer we can... They've just went through a whole title feud for 4 fucking months. This is WrestleMania. When can we stop it? Anyway, Rude and Ziggler win the match. They're going to be taking on RK Bro later in the night. Wait till you hear how the fuck that one finished. Queen Zelina then hits the ring. Red carpet laid out, massive throne in the ring. Zelina looked like $1 million, and that, according to many, is because she sold out. I still don't understand how she sold out. She literally spoke up about unionization, and no wrestling company is unionized, so I don't understand. She had to go somewhere. She went back to WWE, where she felt the best at. AEW doesn't have unionization either. So if this whole thing is about her Twitch or her social media, let her decide if she keeps it or not and what kind of money she's making. This is a 30-year-old fucking female. Let her decide her financial and professional decisions. But people jumped on this sold out bullshit. And then they jumped and they laughed at her and they picked on her because she was a jobber when she came back. So you took the money and you became a jobber. But now those same fucking people, funny enough, that picked on her for selling out and becoming a jobber are the same ones upset that she won this tournament. The same one upset that she has this character development. The same ones upset that she's actually getting TV time, winning matches. They're the same ones. So what are we doing here, bro? Which is it? Maybe you just don't like Zelina. You didn't like the fact that she went back to WWE. You didn't like the fact that she was a jobber. You didn't like the fact that now she's a winner. Now she's a fucking queen. She's getting a push finally. And I'm still hearing people trash her. Well, maybe you just don't like her then. That's it. Me personally, I love Zelina Vega. Love her. No matter where she went, I wanted her to be pushed correctly. It didn't happen initially when she came back to WWE, but guess what? Guess what? It's happening now. So what's the plan, guys? What are we doing? Are we just going to shit on everything Zelina does still, even though she's a winner now? And I understand, how long does this last, right? She'll be 50-50 booked by next week, probably, right? Doudrop will beat her now, and we'll play this flip out. Maybe, absolutely. I know how WWE runs, trust me. But you can't just shit on every fucking thing they do, even when they changed it up. This Zelina Vega, man, she's been finding herself even at the tail end of her losing streak. I felt like she was hitting a groove. So this feels realistic that she's hitting strides now. Zelina, Queen Zelina, defeats Doudrop. And I love the end sequence here, where Queen Zelina hits a double knee buster off the ropes, Doudrop kicks out, and Vega is stunned. In an act of desperation, Zelina takes off the top turnbuckle while the ref is attending to the exposed turnbuckle. Zelina clocks drop with the Queen's Scepter, old school Macho Man Randy Savage, and collects the W. I love the end sequence. So which is it? Are we just gonna shit on Zelina now? And I understand the whole tournament was a fucking shit fest anyway. Totally get it. You ain't gotta fucking tell BC that. Trust me. If you watch the fucking reviews, you know how much of a shit fest, especially the crowns, the women's crown has been more than the king's crown. Much more turmoil. But Vega's getting some shit, bro. Let's give her some love. If you're still stuck on the sold out shit, get over it. No company is unionized. It's just a fact. So then you can go to, yeah, well, she's talked all this shit about her Twitch. Okay, that's her social. Who the fuck can people ditch social all the time because they realize how dumb it is? Or maybe she just decided that's the better place for her. She's a 30-year-old female. What the fuck does it matter to ya? I love Zelina Vega. I've been waiting for her push. Patiently or not patiently. You guys know I flip out when she's booked like a fucking idiot. And we finally got it. And it's just funny because I just know there's people in the community that are still probably going to shit on her. Doesn't matter. They picked on her when she was a jobber. Now she's a winner and they're going to change the narrative again. It doesn't matter what she does. It doesn't matter what Zelina does. They're going to fucking change the narrative. Fuck out of here, bro. Salute to Zelina, man. And I love that end sequence last night as well. Really badass. Hour number 2 start. Oh, here we go. Big time Bex and my girl Bianca Belair. But before we do that, allow me to go over some of my VIP supers, man. I got to see who was up in here showing the love to the channel. Hold on, guys. Let's see who's up in here. Oh, shit. There was a bunch, man. We started this motherfucker with Carlos. Carlos, man. Holding it down in Florida. I was just up there, man. Orlando, but still. Florida. Hopefully all is good, brother. Salute, brother. Hope you had a great time. Glad you're back. Red team, go! Yeah, we rocked it, man. It wasn't all just fun and games. There was a lot of business I had to take care of, but we knocked it down, Carlos, and we're good to get to the rest of this year as we fly high octane style, amplified style into WrestleMania season. So, Carlos, man, much love, dude. Thank you. Good to see you up in here. BC's Blue Marker, who is AEW bound, by the way. 2-spot. Won't be here today. Just came to drop a like. BC's Blue Marker, man. Appreciate that. Big time. And when you do catch this, hopefully you hear that, man. Much love and respect right back to you. Thank you for dropping, smashing that like, and showing the love. Clutch City Fan, 5-spot coffee. Where have you been, dude? World Series starts tonight. Who you have winning it? Astros in 6. Red team, go! Clutch City, I don't care about this. This is a shitty World Series for me. It's 2 teams I really don't give a fuck about. They just don't drive a vibe out of me. There's no excitement for me for the Astros and the Atlanta Braves. I don't care. I'm not going to watch any of them. But yeah, probably 6 games, Astros. But I have no desire to watch that. Seems like a shitty series to me. Christopher Blackshear, I mean, my Yanks went out, and it has to be something that's going to really captivate me. This isn't the matchup for me. Clutch City Fan, man, thank you. Christopher Blackshear, $4.99. It was a new era on Raw. A new era of rematches. They changed the tag title match because we shit on it when they announced it on Sunday. Absolutely, bro. No question. Not only was it the fucking people that literally complain about these illogical bullshit all the time, but it was their own diehard WWE fans that said, bro, this is stupid. You literally called a new era and then you announced Omos and Styles versus RK Bro for the 13th, 14th time. Like, you can't do that shit, bro. So that's exactly what happened, man. Who was that? Christopher Blackshear. Lord French Fries, $1.99. Missed you, man. Hey, missed you guys too, man. Seriously, man. It's been a couple of weeks nearly without amplification. So hopefully you guys were kicking ass and doing your own thing, man. Get your own amplification and rock the fuck out of the world. Because you know BC was coming back. Lord French Fries. Salute. Spicy Mama McCaleb, $1.99. Oh, how I missed that face. How you been, BC? Missed you guys too. Spicy Mama. Been good, man. Kicking ass. A little bit of laying out, catching a tan, enjoying myself, but a lot of work, a lot of traveling. But we are back, and we are amplified. Spicy Mama McCaleb, thank you. Enforcer, 2K9, 5-spot. Guess who's back? Back again. BC's back. Tell a friend. I can't do it like my boy Eminem, but BC definitely back, man. My amp unit, more importantly, is back. Whooping that ass. Enforcer 2K9. Carlos Rey, another coffee 5-spot. Good to see you back. Hermano, salute. Carlos, I'm going to say this one big time. You rock, dude. Missed you guys, man. Carlos, there's a funny story. Hopefully you're still in the chat, man. There was a bus driver from one of the resorts. I like to, for a few nights, I like to eat down in downtown Disney. It's now called Disney Springs. They have a lot of good dining options. So I took one of those little shuttle buses from the resort over to the Springs. And every night there was this dude, Carlos, on there, man. He was the driver, and he would just blast Disney music, man. Now, you think, oh, that's going to make BC go absolutely ballistic, right? But this dude was funny, man. So he'd be drumming with his hands as he's driving, and he'd be singing every fucking word, and it would be blasting through the fucking bus. So you got this fucking dude, Carlo. He looked like a fucking mean dude, too. Like, he'll plow you into a brick wall. Like the dude just got out of prison or some shit. This dude look a big dude. And he's sitting there, let it go, let it go. Da-da-do-do-do. Here I stand. I mean, he was blasted, bro, every night. So anyway, his name's Carlos, man. And I always thought of fucking Carlos, so man, I'm like, oh man, gotta tell Carlos that story. I don't know why. It was funny to me. Anyway, Carlos, thank you, brother. Good to see you too, man, up in here. Spicy Mama McCaleb, another $1.99. Celebrated my 31st birthday on the 12th. Libra Nation. Happy birthday, Spicy Mama McCaleb. Belated, but much love. Spicy Mama. Hopefully this year is even better than the last year. Joey's Adventures, 5-spot coffee. Sucks that the only reason why Bianca is winning the title is to avoid Flair versus Lynch, and what sucks more is Lynch is the number one being pushed. Well, we don't know that yet, Joey's, that Belair is actually going to win that next week. Don't be surprised if Becky retains. And because of this buzz, we're going to get Becky and Charlotte. So a lot of people are assuming because that match was made next week that that's definitely going to happen. It could be, Joey's. But don't be surprised if Becky retains next Monday night. We'll talk more about that going forward. Joey's Adventures. Joey's Adventures with a 2-spot also says, some won't believe PW Insider, but swear by Alvarez. Yeah, you know how I feel about that, Joey's. I'm not even going to open up that can of worms right now because there's so much to fucking talk about. And we're about to close in on the first hour of the review. But yeah, Joey's, no doubt. Who else we got up in here? Weed Whackin' Willie with a 2-spot up in here. Have you tried the Halloween spider donut from Dunkin'? I have not, Weed Whackin' Willie. I have not been to an inside Dunkin' location in a minute, bro. While I was down in Florida, for instance, there was a lot of resort coffee that I really love. Their lattes were amazing. And a lot of Starbucksing. So I didn't get to do a lot of Dunkin' while I was away. But I gotta see, yeah, I'll get to them all, trust me, man. I'm a donut fucking freak. So, even though Finn Balor won't eat fucking delicious, fucking scrumptious donuts, BC will. I'll get to that. Weed Whackin' Willie. Joey, Weed Whackin' Willie also has a 5-spot coffee. Weed Whackin' Willie says, I like the picture and statue of post-Crown Jewel Hurt Business behind you. This was before Crown Jewel too, man. Weed Whackin' Willie. The fucking Cedric and Shelton have been fucking buried, brah. Oh, man, that's good. Pimp Jesus, 5-spot coffee. Welcome back, BC. Pimp, thanks for being here, man. Thanks for the support and love, man. Right back to you. Much respect, Pimp Jesus. You guys are the best, bro. Ty Bat Metal 9. Ty Bat Metal 9. 5-spot coffee. BC, welcome back. Do you think Kevin Owens is going to AEW? And do you think Jeff is going to the Willow character? I do think Jeff, if not Full Throttle, is going Willow, is going that route. And as far as Owens, the reason Tay Bat Metal 9, the reason that he was in these weird 30-second segments the past month is because of these contract negotiations or lack thereof. However, the fact that he got a 30-plus minute main event on Raw last night, that tells me he has either signed or he is going to sign with Vince McMahon in WWE. It does not look after last night that Kevin Owens is headed to AEW. You tell me. I mean, if Vince knows something, man. He was booking him a certain way for the whole month because of the contract, and then all of a sudden puts him in a main event 30 minutes plus. I don't know. Tay Bat Metal 9, it does not look like it. Ashley Steggles 179. BC, where have you been, brother? In that Hell in a Cell. Yeah, it's been devalued, but at least two people like Edge and Seth Rollins, they can make that shit as prestigious as it possibly can be. Thankfully, they did that last Thursday. And Seth Rollins, I feel he I don't think he's ever going to shed the tragedy that happened with him and Bray Wyatt a few years ago in Hell in a Cell. But I think he got a little bit of momentum back. A little bit of steam was let loose in that Hell in a Cell match. That was probably one of, if not the match of the night for BC, man. That Hell in a Cell match. Edge has just been on his game since he's gotten back. A lot of people shit on Edge versus Randy Orton and their Falls Count Anywhere or whatever the fuck it was. It was at WrestleMania a few years ago during the pandemic, I believe. Or maybe that was a backlash or some shit. But they faced each other at a pay-per-view. It was very long, and people said it was boring, and they shit on it. They said Edge was old. I loved it. I've loved almost, if not everything Edge has done since he has gotten back. I have never once wavered on that. I know there's a lot of people that picked Edge apart when he came back, and now they're singing a different tune. BC never wavered. I always said this dude is on his A game. Also, Ashley Steggles, where have I been, man? Just a lot of business and a few days of R&R for myself. To just get back in the right fucking frame, man, and start whooping that ass as we head into WrestleMania season. But a lot of business, all the other shit. You guys got to remember, I don't do this YouTube thing as a full-time job. I know some people do that, and more power to them. We got successful just as this thing was a hobby for me to talk pro wrestling, and I just was really good at it. I had the gift to gab, a lot of knowledge, and entertaining. And when you can be those three things, you're going to succeed. So I gained the success while doing much more shit. And I'll always do that much more shit. I love being involved in a lot of things. So yeah, Ashley Steggles, just doing a lot of shit, man. Tori Lachey, man. Long time no see, Tori. Hopefully you've still been watching, just not commenting. Bianca and Sasha should be champ with third match at SummerSlam. 100%, Tori. And I don't know if Tori's still in here or not, but Tori, that's the problem. I'm away for 2 weeks and I see this. You guys have been watching every fucking show minute to minute. It's not that hard. It's sitting in their lap. Sasha gets the SmackDown Championship because she's the one who's staying in SmackDown. And then Bianca Belair gets the Raw Championship because she's on Raw. It's not rocket science. So Tori, no fucking doubt. That's what pisses me off, is the shit that's sitting in their lap. You can't fuck it up, and yet they still find a way to fuck it up. So, Tori Lachey, absolutely. But that doesn't surprise me. You always knew your pro wrestling anyway. Good to see you back up in here, honestly. And I could not agree fucking more. That's the first thing I thought of after Crown Jewel was, how do you fuck this up? Sasha champion on SmackDown, Bianca champion on Raw. No. You can't do that. It's too simplistic. We got to overcomplicate it, while at the same time, we're overcomplicating it by putting no effort or real creativity into it. Go figure. They find a way to fucking mindfuck everybody, including themselves. Scott McMinn, 5-Spot. What up, Scott? Good to see you back. Good to see you up in here, Scott. Scott McMinn. Appreciate it, dude. Thank you. Joey's Adventures, another 5-Spot coffee. Bray turned down an offer from Impact, so there's only one place to go now. I personally would like to see him attack Moxley and or Kingston in his debut. Absolutely, Joey's. I'm hearing those the words as well, that he and Braun. I don't know why Braun did, unless something's up with him in AEW. I don't know if that would be a good fit, but maybe. I'm not against Braun. I just know he was booked like an absolute fucking idiot in WWE too many times to where it was about to ruin him. Some people already think he's fucking ruined and can't even come back. But I am hearing those words, and if that is true, then Bray Wyatt is AEW bound eventually. If that's the case, I'm done with the Dark Order talk. I just am. I don't see the Dark Order anymore with him. It doesn't fit. There's too many of them. They're looked at as too much comedy over 50% of the time. I want to see him. Well, your idea is great, because Mox doesn't really have anything epic right now. Mox hasn't. He's been doing some cool things with Suzuki and all that shit, but I want to see him attack somebody like a Mox. Let's really kick this motherfucker into high gear. And if there's nothing wrong with an old WWE guy taking on an old WWE guy inside of an AEW ring, it's okay to attract casual fans and people that don't usually watch AEW. That's the only way you're going to get higher ratings, and your network is going to give a shit about you more. You have to grow eventually. So I love that idea. And let me say, because it's been so long, guys, and I'm not even done with the first round of supers. I have not even started the second hour of the review for Raw last night. So don't worry, we're going to be here a minute. Grab another coffee, go to the bathroom, BC will be here. But something tells me we're going to be here for a minute, but I wanted to discuss this as well because this has been a hot topic in the community and everybody's down the middle, right? Cody Rhodes versus Malachi Black. Was it the right decision for Cody to beat Malachi? Because you guys know I'm a huge Cody fan. Huge. I'm also a huge Aleister Black, Malachi Black fan. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to settle this for everybody that's been fighting. Of course it wasn't the right call. I don't give a fuck about long-term storytelling to the decipherness of Cody's going to come back and take the ultimate L. That's not long-term storytelling used the right way. You have to first build the fucking star to be such. Aleister was on all the momentum. He was flying that shit high. Malachi was the shit. He already beat Cody. So the first person to beat Malachi is Cody? The fact that people are defending this and then Malachi went to social and he left this post about it's not about getting beat, it's about just destroying you and all that, and that was fun. He's got no choice but to leave that message because everybody who knows what they're talking about knows that was the bad decision. And this is coming from a huge Cody fan, and a lot of you guys don't even like Cody. So when BC expresses his fandom for Cody, you kind of roll your eyes. But as a fan of Cody, I'll be the first to say, no, he should not be beating Aleister Malachi on a fucking Dynamite. This guy didn't even lose on a pay-per-view. On a fucking Dynamite, the guy who he already beats him. How is that right to anybody? You can't condone this. Long-term storytelling. He's going to come back and eventually get beat up by Malachi. Guys, he already got beat up by Malachi several times. One time, putting him out for several weeks so he could go film. Then he actually got beat by Malachi. So what are you talking about? I didn't even need to, you want to be honest? You want to talk long-term? So I didn't even need to see Cody in Malachi anymore. It was done. It was finished. Malachi now moves on. And in a few feuds, not even the next one, in a few feuds, Malachi loses. That's fine. To somebody who's it's really going to take a big momentum booster for them. Cody? What the fuck is Cody getting out of this? So I saw a lot of people bickering, man, and I'm like, hello, what the fuck are you talking about? As a Cody fan, that was the wrong decision. Malachi should not have had his shoulders to the mat on a Dynamite this soon. It's amazing to me. These are the same people that said that, what the fuck's the dude's name? Remember there was a whole debate man, come on. He beat somebody and everybody said that this dude should have beat him. And Jer9, that's vague, but you know who I'm talking about, bro. Thank you. Jer9 is the shit, bro. Jer9, I gave nothing there. I said the dude that the dude beat. And Jer9's like, QT Marshall? Exactly. You're the fucking best, Jer9. Honestly, bro. I gave no information there, and Jer9's just like, QT Marshall. Having people like that, man, when you do a stream is fucking epic. Exactly, thank you. QT Marshall. So everybody said, oh, he shouldn't be beating QT Marshall. How the fuck do you figure? Cody Rhodes is an actual star. QT isn't. We like him. We respect him. We know how many people he's trained. We know how good he can be and is. But he shouldn't be beating Cody. And now all the same people are saying, oh, Cody should have beat... So he shouldn't have beaten QT Marshall, but he should beat Aleister Black, Malachi Black. Makes no fucking sense. Do people even listen to themselves or they just spew shit to spew shit? I don't even fucking know anymore. I remember that whole debate, Cody and QT. Oh my goodness, Cody beat QT, how dare he? And now Cody's beating Malachi and people are fine with it. Oh, it's not done yet. It's not done. Okay, can we get creative and do this storyline to a way Malachi doesn't lose? Fucking A, bro. What the hell got me started on that, man? That was a long super... I think, was it Bray? The whole Bray Wyatt talk from Joey's Adventures. So yeah, he could show up absolutely to AEW, and then that somehow got me onto AEW talk. Anyway, Joey's Adventures, thank you. Derek Fleming Jr., $4.99. BC, we missed you, man. Welcome back. Raw is still crap. Ha ha. Derek, I missed you guys too, man. Thank you for the love and support, and it's good to have you up in here upon my return. And you're right. Raw is still fucking... Now, there's some good shit that I'm going to go over that I liked personally. I already went over some. I liked the Zelina thing last night and this new character direction. I like the fact that Zelina's getting a fucking push. And there's a few other things that I didn't mind last night. But overall, the whole show is not a new era. It's not a season premiere. It's the same shit, and they're devaluing it by the show. Money in the Bank ladder match was basically last night's main event. Basically. So what does that do for the Money in the Bank concept, the gimmick? And so much more. So, Derek Fleming Jr., you listen to this review and you're going to know just how right you are. Raw is still crap. Carlos Ray, another 5-spot. BC heard that Tony Khan is getting into the ring for a match. Any truth to that? I don't know, Carlos. I heard the same rumblings. A team just called them out. Who was it, guys? Was it the Acclaimed? Maybe it was the Acclaimed. I don't know, man. I got a bunch of information over the last 48 hours. But somebody called out Tony Khan. I thought that was pretty funny. And then I did hear rumblings that Tony does want to have a match. Maybe he thinks that's what's going to pop the rating over the top more than CM Punk. But yeah, he was called out. I don't think that's a good idea at all, by the way. Who was that? Was that Carlos? Carlos, I don't think that's a good idea at all, bro. Maybe way into the future, right? Have them lift a few weights over the next year or two. So that without anybody even knowing, right? Keep wearing suit jackets without anybody. You're gaining a little bit of fucking muscle. Learn wrestling a little and then do the match and actually surprise people. I think that would be pretty fucking badass. So, but no, under no circumstance should Tony Khan be getting in the ring right now. But Carlos, I did hear that, bro, and I'm hoping that is just fucking false as can be. Maximus Sage, 450. Raw is bore. At least the Packers are good. Go Pack, go. Maximus Sage, man. Everyone panicked when we lost against the Saints in week 1. And then we went on a fucking 6-game winning streak. 6-1. And this Thursday, we take on the undefeated Cardinals. Thursday night, we might be without our star receiver, Devontae Adams, because he tested pause. Because if you get the fucking pause, you can't do anything in the world. I don't know when the fuck that's gonna fucking end. I mean, eventually, scientists have even said it's gonna turn into a cold variant. Well, people get colds all the fucking time, so is this just how we're gonna fucking live from now on? If you just fucking have it, you're fucking sealed away? To the end of time? So now we're without our star receiver. This Thursday. Unfucking real. Anyway, Maximus Sage, I'm looking for a big W this Thursday night against the Cardinals. Go Pack, go. Christopher Blackshear, $4.99. Salute, BC. Salute, Christopher. Just got told that I'm going to be full-time at my job. Also, Charlie is 1 title away from 16 now. Vince may see it before he's gone. He's going to see it, Christopher. This whole thing is so Charlotte can surpass her father. Now, that was the plan when Ric Flair was with WWE. What the fuck you think it is without him there? He's going to try, man. No matter how hard she is to deal with backstage, Vince is going to keep her, and Vince is going to make her a 17, 18, 19-plus champion. And in just 5 or 6 years, that is inconceivable, and that is disrespectful to people like Ric Flair, and even John Cena. And I'm not even a big John Cena fan. But you look at Randy Orton, who also, doesn't Orton have like 13, 14, 15 fucking titles? How many titles does Orton have, guys? World titles. I think it's like 13, 14, 15, some shit. 14 titles? I'm on a delay, so yeah. So Dwayne, Carlton, Lord, SOS, Christopher, Adnan, Jared9, Lucas. Yeah, a lot of people are telling me 14. Okay, so it's disrespectful to all of them who have had an entire fucking decade-plus career. Ric Flair is in a whole nother realm. But John Cena, 15. Yeah, wait, Orton too, right? 15 plus. And here in five fucking years, basically 5 years, she's accumulated nearly 16. Come on, bro. It's disrespectful to those that came before her. Who said that, by the way? Christopher, yeah. And by the way, Christopher, congrats on going full-time at the job, if that's what you were looking for. Some people are part-time, making enough money, and they fucking loving it, man. And then your boss says, by the way, you're going full-time. As long as he doesn't say you're going full-time and you're going to get less money. Christopher, congrats, brother. Thanks for being up in here, dude. The War Dog's up in this bitch. Well, I'll be damned. The War Dog. 5-Spot Coffee. Missed my brother. Salute. Missed you too, brother. War Dog. Thank you, man. Good to see you up in here. Carlos ends round number 1 fittingly. Carlos Rey started round number 1 of the Super VIPs. Carlos Rey is going to end it with this 5-Spot Coffee. BC, if you take Styles away from Omos, what the heck do they do with that little guy? Check tickets, maybe. LOL. Yeah. Well, that's Vince's way. That's Vince's thinking, right? Well, what do we possibly do with Styles now? if you're not with Omos, maybe we're gonna have you fucking playing in, or we're gonna have you run around with the Catering Crusaders. So when R-Truth is going for that 24/7 title, we're gonna have Ninja Tozawa, we're gonna have Drew Gulak, and AJ Styles. If we don't have Jeff Hardy doing it, we're gonna have AJ Styles running laps. I mean, we laugh. We laugh. Or Carlos, maybe he is checking the tickets at the door, at the front gates. We laugh, but this is Vince for you, man. We can only laugh a little bit because we've seen the most ridiculous shit with this motherfucker. And yeah, as far as Omos, Carlos, what do you do with Omos? What do you do with Omos when you take him away from the Styles? Omos now has to wrestle matches. I see this being another Giant Gonzalez situation, and I like Omos. I really do. This isn't shade. But I don't know if this dude is going to have a 5+ minute wrestling match with anybody. I mean, if anybody sees him better than Giant Gonzalez, it would just be slightly. Now, I know there was a lot of super sensed guys. I'm going to get to them in round number 2 of the supers because I do have to go over the second hour of Monday Night Raw. Believe it or not. And as we go toward 400 on the ups, I appreciate that, guys, man. I know I've been gone for a few weeks, so it's really cool, man. On a fucking Tuesday morning, after being gone for weeks, to have hundreds live and knowing that thousands are coming in later and already going toward 400 on the ups. That's really cool to come back to, man. You guys remembered me. So let me go over hour number 2 first, man. Big Time Beck starts hour number 2. A lot of talk about her and Charlie after SmackDown, rightfully so. I said I hope they don't go the extremely lazy route and do a half-ass title swap. It's WWE we're talking about. They did a half-ass lazy title swap. So of course people are going to talk about it. And then of course it didn't go off the way they planned. Becky got pissed off at Charlotte for keeping the title away and making her look like an idiot. So Becky throws the title. I think there was supposed to be a little bit of a toss. Not like that though. I mean, you could see if you just know wrestling and you've studied these characters for long enough and you know the personas and the person behind the character, then you know that was and Charlotte knew it was coming. Charlotte knew that she pissed Becky off. So you got all that friction, man. Bex is middle of the ring. And again, man, Expecto Petroleum, right? Some Harry Potter magic shit. And the SmackDown title is no longer on her shoulder. You blink, Expecto, you open your eyes, and now she has a Raw title. I hate the title swap concept. I fucking hate it. You go back in the history books 50 years from now, 100 years from now, and you see what the fuck happened. She was a SmackDown champion, then she became a Raw. You have to put an asterisk up in there now, all because people were fucking lazy. And like, who was it? Tori said earlier, and BC thought of Bianca Belair, Raw champion, Sasha Banks, SmackDown champion. That is how you start the post-draft season premiere newest era. Nope. Let's not give the deserving ones the title. Let's go about this in the most extremely confusing bullshit way possible, and let's keep the titles where they stay. Let's just do a swap. I can't fucking stand it. Can you hear how pissed off I am about that decision? And I was before I went away. I was while I was away, and I am right now. So what the fuck happened? Bex is middle of the ring. Bianca Belair hits the ring. Sexy as ever. Bianca Belair. I don't know what the fuck is up with this girl. She's mesmerizing. And I know I say that about Sasha, but this is just mesmerizing. So Bianca Belair hits the ring. And Belair cut a long but very good promo on Becky Lynch. And I am so proud of Bianca Belair's delivery, man. If you guys watch Belair coming up, you know the promo was never the strong suit, right? Her strongest suit was the fucking strength, was the prowess, the look. The package was filled out other areas. The promo needed some work. A little bit less of the smiling when you need to be serious, things of that nature, right? Those little things, those little details, not so little to be. See, last night, man, Belair was delivering. Not one stutter, not one fuck up, not one hiccup. Not once did she look like she was flustered or lost what she was gonna say. Lost her confidence. She was hitting it. No, she wasn't screaming like BC, right? She wasn't screaming like she's the fucking Ultimate Warrior or Macho Man Randy Savage, right? She's not an amplified character. But she was speaking to Becky Lynch's fucking soul. She was speaking woman to woman. And she ended it beautifully, man. What'd she say? Let me find that. Hopefully I put this down, man. She ended it with either shut up or run up. And she was ready to go at that point, man. To which Bex responds. This is what Becky responded with. You see the look on my face. It says, get to the back of the line, bitch. And then it led to some kendo stick physicality. So I'm not sure how long we're supposed to keep this Belair Bex thing going on. The match is set for next week for the title. Do they keep doing matches with them? Who the fuck knows? But this segment, which is what I'm reviewing, it was good. It was absolutely good. The promos was good. I'm so glad, man. And a lot of people are still harping on Becky Lynch not being believable. She's forcing the heel character, blah, blah, blah. I'd rather see Bex in this role than being the forced face character. Smiling and getting the Becky chants. Because I never felt that way toward Becky. So seeing the heel version, I think she's playing it off fucking beautifully. But again, I feel like she always should have been the fucking heel, so I'm a little biased to this new role. But Belair, you go back and listen to the promo. What are you ripping apart? She fucking hit it beautifully. Everything was truth. Everything was truth. Even the physicality, man. Becky took some harsh fucking kendo stick shots. I remember years ago, I always bring this up. I think it was Alexa Bliss and Bayley. They were in a kendo stick match. I think it was Extreme Rules. And the whole match, they just tapped each other. Well, here we have a little segment, and they're fucking blasting each other with that son of a bitch. That's what I'm asking for. Make it a little believable. I love how Bex calls Bianca Esther. Because she's the EST of everything. Esta! All right, Esta. I see the look on your face, Esta. Fucking Esther and Bex. And then you got Charlie in the mix. So, I don't know, man. Anybody ripping that segment apart last night, again, it seems like anything the women do then, people are just going to complain and bitch. Because trust me, the women's division could be epic. And because of the booking, it's not. I'll be the first to admit that. But when you see Zelina finally getting a push, when you see Bianca Belair getting better and better by the week, when you see Becky Lynch finally going heel because that's the only natural way to do things, I don't see what we're picking apart anymore with the women other than people just don't like women wrestling, maybe. Because I don't see how anybody can pick that apart. That whole segment was one of the only captivating fucking moments of the entire show. So, mad props to Bianca Belair and even Becky Lynch, the man. And again, more props to Zelina Vega, man. I'm so glad to see her getting a push. T-Bar is up next. He loses a match against US champ Damian Priest. I believe Priest has slightly different music as well. I actually dug the old music. I don't see why that needed to occur, but this fuck it. Why do we take Keith Lee and make him a Bearcat? Who knows? Why do we put fucking dominatrix straps on Karrion Kross and a fucking medieval times helmet on the dude? Why do we do this thing? I don't know. It's Vince, right? Why do we take Otis, who had a great fucking character, I thought, and just make him a mean man because he's big? Why do we tweak things that don't need to be tweaked? Vince McMahon, that's why. But T-Bar loses this match against Priest via DQ. Pretty quick match. Bar struck Priest with a chair from the commentator's booth is how it actually ended. So not a steel chair. I believe it was the commentator's booth chair, and he used that. But the post-match, man, Damian, even though he won the match, he was pissed and proceeded to destroy T-Bar. T-Bar, even though this whole thing was 3 minutes, both dudes looked really good in this son of a bitch. And again, this was short, so that's saying something. Damian Priest gets a victory, which needs to happen with your champions. It's so good to see champions not losing insignificant fucking cable TV matches, because that's how Vince usually uses his champions. If they're not used at all, they're in a match where they're losing, a non-title match. And it's like, what is that doing for the fucking champion? So Damian obviously getting a win needs to happen, but T-Bar looked good, man. This dude is 6'7", over 300 pounds. This guy looked like a cruiserweight in there. There was one moment where in this 3-minute whole fucking segment, he did a moonsault, old school Dominik Dijakovic style. You don't get to see that with T-Bar because Vince probably told him, don't do that for a big guy. You need to feel like a big guy. That's what Vince does. Vince will literally handicap your skill set. That's why we got pissed off with the whole Dijakovic thing. It wasn't just the name thing. Vince handicapped him. You can't do it. If you do it, they're going to look at you not like a monster. They're going to look at you like, damn it, you're Rey Mysterio. And Dijakovic is probably like, but I can do this, Vin. I mean, just let me do it. I mean, people may love this. So anyway, he actually let him go out there and fucking do that. And then post-match, get this, man. Damian Priest was beating the fuck out of T-Bar. He clotheslines him outside near the commentator booth. And he turned T-Bar inside out, man. Dijakovic got flipped. I mean, again, this is a 6'7", over 300-pound dude getting flipped inside out, doing a complete flip as he got clotheslined. That's not easy to do if you're Rey Mysterio. So this is what I mean. We saw signs of life out of Dijakovic last night. All we need, right, aside from giving him more match time and a push, change the fucking name, bro. T-Bar is so fucking corny. Aside from that, I didn't mind the Damian Priest fucking T-Bar shit. Damian won, that should have happened, and Dijakovic, or T-Bar, showed signs of life, showed signs of Dijakovic. We then get Carmela versus Liv Morgan one-on-one because nothing says season premiere, nothing says new era in WWE than a rematch we've been getting several times over the last several weeks on SmackDown. That's exactly what it was. Another rematch. Who could possibly think this was okay? And this isn't just a match that happened months ago. This is the same match that has been happening nearly every week on SmackDown and at the last pay-per-views before Crown Jewel. So, how are you just... They both just came to Raw this week. This is the start of the whole post-draft. And you're already having them face each other, as we've already seen it 7 times before previous in the last couple months. How is that acceptable? And it's so good. Again, even people that would ride that WWE dick, man, even those people are starting to speak up. That's what's really cool. Even people that like fucking just, they claim they don't like BC, but they listen to every video anyway because they know I know what I'm talking about. They would just like me to speak more positively. Even those people are going, well, BC is right about this, though. Like, perhaps we shouldn't have this match now. So soon. Anyway, Carmela ends up pinning Morgan. It was almost like a face plant. What does she call that something, guys? She spun around. I know she spun around Liv Morgan and like almost like that. Not a fucking Bronco, but what do you call it? She just fucking plants her face between her legs basically on the mat. I don't know if she calls that anything, but that's how she picked up the W. So pretty. Several times I thought it was going to be a fucking fruit roll-up because that's how Vince usually has his shit go. Yeah, face buster basically. JR9. Yeah, she doesn't call it anything. Okay, I thought she called it something, the face buster. Yeah, I was thinking X-Pac for some reason. No, that's the Bronco. I think that's in the corner when he goes into the fucking corner and I don't know what the fuck he does. Yeah, but I was really, yeah, Sir Charles, I was really surprised that it wasn't a roll-up, so I took that. And we're pushing somebody now. Great for Carmela. That's not so great for Liv. Why are we... Carmela pins Morgan in the 50-50 booking. Rages on. It rages on. Just from SmackDown. We said that on SmackDown when they were 50-50 booking each other. And now here we are in Raw. And I doubt very much that's going to be it. Liv Morgan will beat her probably next week. In 50-50 booking rages on. And when it's all said and done, what happens with 50-50 booking? I taught you guys this a million fucking times. Nobody wins in the end. And by the way... this has nothing to do with this fucking Carmella Liv Morgan match, but where the fuck has anybody seen Elias? We gotta start a fucking woods party, man. We could go in your local woods and start looking for Elias. It's very concerning. He says Elias is dead and then nobody sees him and nobody wants to raise a red flag. So anyway, man, this is Carmella wins. That's great. And did you guys hear the news, man? Carmella and Corey Graves got engaged. Now, a lot of people sending out congrats, and a lot of people are upset with Corey because I think Corey cheated on his original girlfriend or wife, one of the two. I don't know. I'm not that into the fucking tabloid shit, but cheated on her and with Carmella, I believe is what happened. And a lot of people are like, dude, that's fucked up. So I don't know, man. It's a sticky situation. If you're with somebody but you have feelings for another, maybe honestly, the honorable thing, obviously, is to tell that person first and break it off. Have respect for that person, right? And then do what you got to do. But the heat of passion, bro, and you know, and things happen, and Corey Graves let his little Graves do the talking. Yeah. But they got engaged, man. That's actually... But... my advice to you guys, if you ever fall for somebody else and you're in a relationship, do that significant other, if they've been good to you, bro, have respect enough to break it off before you start fucking around. That is the most disrespectful thing possibly. And it's not to villainize anybody. It happens, right? Heat of the moment, passion. I get it. I did it back in the day several fucking times. You kidding me? I once had 9 girlfriends at once, bro. That's a true story. I was in a weird place. I was drinking like every fucking day and just having a blast, and I had 9 girlfriends. You know, but as you grow up, man, it's not cool. It's not cool at all. So anyway, this is not turned into BC's Love Hour. But just have respect for people, man. It's not all about your little fucking penis. Or if you're a girl, it's not all about just getting your fucking rocks off. You know, if you're dating somebody, just let them know. Break that shit and then go. Or maybe it's not as exciting if it's not cheating, right? Maybe. I don't fucking know. Anyway, Corey Graves and Carmella. I'm not about the past. I will say congrats and salute because I'm hoping everybody just... even the ex-girlfriend or ex-wife, whatever it was, I'm hoping she's good too. This always happens in wrestling. You guys remember Matt Hardy and Lita? And Matt Hardy got injured, and Edge started fucking his girl, bro. Edge started fucking Lita. Sonny was dating Chris Candido, and while Chris Candido was in the fucking locker room, there's stories about Sonny hooking up with half the locker room, especially Shawn Michaels. But anyway, it happens all the fucking time, man. Unfortunately. Bray Wyatt, man, he was like married, wasn't he, or some shit, and he found JoJo. Now, in his defense, if you have a chance with JoJo, Fuck. I don't see how anybody can rag on Bray, man. JoJo is it. If there's a woman more beautiful than JoJo, I'd be rocked to the core. JoJo is fucking melting status. JoJo is fucking Anyway, okay. BC Love Hour is done, man. Anyway, Corey Graves, Carmela, that is a true story. They got engaged. Good for them. Again, people are not gonna like it too much. Yeah, Triple H China. Somebody just mentioned, who was it? Black Guys 22. Triple H in China. You guys remember that? Triple H is dating fucking China, and then he's got a chance to fuck the boss's daughter, and we already know Triple H loves to kiss ass anyway. If it's power, Triple H is gonna get it. Triple H knew exactly what he was fucking doing, bro. I'm not saying they don't love each other now. Him and Stephanie are probably happy. They have fucking kids and beautiful life. That is awesome. But at the time, if you think that Triple H wasn't trying to put his big nose up everybody with Power's ass, you didn't know Triple H back then. He loved hanging around Power. That's why he hung around alcoholics and drug addicts like Shawn Michaels and such. He had nothing in common with them. He wasn't even drinking. He was basically straight edge. But they were the Power. Stephanie McMahon, he had a storyline with her, and he knew he was going to try to put the moves on. Vince McMahon, ever since, no matter what Vince did to his NXT, Triple H was right there to defend him, give everybody up to Vince, and then laugh to the bank. So Triple H was the same fucking way, man, just because we have respect for him wrestling-wise. He fucked over China hardcore, bro. He just did, And China, the sad thing with China is that ruined her. China from then on never was the right way. And unfortunately, China's no longer with us. So that really ruined China, unfortunately, man. She never came back from that. And Triple H has all the power. It's amazing how life works out sometimes. One person's loss is another's gain sometimes. So, that's Carmela over Morgan, and again, we're going to see that 100 more fucking times, I'm sure. Keith Bearcat Lee is up next, man. Keith Bearcat Lee defeats Cedric Tiger Dog Alexander. What, can I not give corny names? Why can't Cedric be the Tiger Dog? Why the fuck not? Why can't Shelton Benjamin be the fucking Elephant Rat? Coming down to the ring, Roman, the Zebra Ferret, Reigns. Come on, I could do it too. You don't need to be a fucking billionaire genius to do this. So the Bearcat defeats the Tiger Dog last night. And I gotta be honest with you, man. There's always him. It's sad to see Keith Lee in this way. And you say, well, BC, man, I mean, just like you said about Zelina, they're getting a push. This is what you wanted. How is this not great? Because Zelina needed something. She needed the booster, right? I don't even care if she's talking like a queen now. What does the queen do next? I don't give a fuck. As long as they're giving her TV time, finally, Zelina needed a huge boost. Keith Lee needed nothing. Keith Lee was over with the fans. You go back to that Royal Rumble a couple years ago when he went face-to-face with, I believe it was Roman. I don't think it was it Brock? I think it was Roman. Roman and Keith Lee. The fans were astounded, ready to rock, electrified. Roof blown off that son of a bitch, if there was a roof. I think it was a stadium. Doesn't fucking matter. Keith Lee needed nothing. Oh, bask in his glory. Oh, bask in his glory. Oh, bask in his glory. He had his own chant. The guy had this charisma, the self-esteem, and the confidence rocking. Who is this guy? Bearcat Lee. That's Vince. He took him. You're a big guy. You're gonna be a grizzly bear. You're gonna be a bear cat. You're gonna be mean. No more fun. No more smile. You're gonna be mean, and you're gonna be like a bear. And we're gonna go. We're gonna have a claw at the beginning of your entrance theme. People are gonna look at you like a real bear. But he didn't need it. That's not even what people loved about him. Karrion Kross is nothing. He's a shell of what he was. T-Bar, Mace. I can go down the fucking line with how many people Vince McMahon has ruined when they were already over. And I'm not going to feel bad for Triple H because Triple H is in every one of those meetings going, it'll be fine, it'll be fine. Vince knows what he's doing. And taking the fucking checks and going to the bank. This is not Keith Lee, bro. I can't be excited just because he had a dominating performance. He's not a Bearcat. He is limitless. And now I'm trying to be so... They want to sell us that he's not limitless. He's a Bearcat. It's sad, man. It's sad. Keith Lee is such a good dude outside of the ring. I think that's what pisses me off more. A lot of you guys probably don't know this. Keith Lee is a fucking, just a genuine fucking real awesome guy. And to see that Vince McMahon has crushed his self-esteem, crushed his confidence, ripped out his passion for wrestling, because you know it did. I don't even care if Keith Lee said right now on social, oh, I love pro wrestling more than ever. You can see it. You can feel his words. You can feel the passion that this guy no longer has, but once had. And it's sad to see what has happened to him. And this is what Vince does. We've heard it from the wrestler. I tell you guys all the time, Shayna Baszler admitted that. Malachi Black admitted that. Both of them recently in the last few months on Renee Paquette's podcast. They both talked about how Vince will literally mindfuck you and take away your self-esteem, basically breaking you down to bare nothing so he can rebuild you into the WWE way. And what it really does is it destroys you. The fans no longer give a fuck about you, and you are beyond 50-50 booked worse than imaginable. Now more than ever, actually. More than years past. So the wrestlers have admitted that that's what Vince does. Now, this isn't just me speculating. This is the wrestlers telling you that Vince has confused the fuck out of them to the point where they no longer knew what to do. And when Vince has you that vulnerable, you're his little bitch. And when he's used you up, he's done with the toy, he'll fucking release you. I feel bad for Keith Lee. I really do. One of the nicest dudes in the business. And for him to be treated this way since he's debuted. Unreal to me. Unreal. Austin Theory then defeats Dominic Mysterio via ATL, I think he calls it. I believe he calls it oh, hold on. I love seeing this live, man. We're about to hit 400 live on the ups. That's always fun to see. I have OCD. I love whole numbers like that. So we're about to hit 400. I would like to see that live before I continue. We just hit it, man. That was so cool. 400. We're going to 500 on the ups now, guys. Live. That's before thousands of people catch this. So that's really badass. As we work our way to 500. Thank you, guys. Austin Theory defeats Dominic Mysterio via, was it the ATL, guys? Is that what they calls it? Yeah, ATL. And that ends hour number 2. Now, on paper and seeing this is actually intriguing to me, right? Dominic Mysterio, Austin Theory. Now, this is a fresh match, right? You could build to something really cool. If they're both on the Raw brand, here's something cool. Build them up separately and have them start interacting somehow, and you build a story, and then on a pay-per-view in the future, you get Austin Theory versus Dominic. You know what Vince does on night number 1? The very first night to have these new toys on Raw, he fucking has them face each other. And Dominic is already eating an L in just a few minutes. I mean, how is... This is what I mean. The guy doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't give a fuck about building anything, guys. He doesn't care about building jack shit. He just gave that shit right there, man. Their very first night. There it is. Which means you're going to get this match 87 more times, and that's going to be the storyline. Afterwards, man, after Austin Theory defeated Dominic, he took a selfie with the ref post-match as the ref is yelling at Theory to get out of the ring. I love that, man. In just 2 weeks, this Austin Theory is 1,000 times better than any version of Austin Theory in the past. You guys remember, he was on the main roster, what was it, a year ago or some shit? He was already on the main roster, and it flopped so fucking hard. Nobody connected with what he was doing. WWE didn't even give a fuck about what he was doing, and he was right the fuck back on the outside. Even in fucking the NXT days or anything like that, man, Austin Theory never really jumped off the screen to me. Everyone said he could be a next John Cena, and I saw not even a fraction of what John Cena had, personality-wise. This Austin Theory, with this whole selfie gimmick and all that shit, and actually giving him a push like this, I'm digging this Austin Theory. For the first time, I can honestly say I'm willing to give Austin Theory a chance. Because now I'm seeing something in Theory. Maybe all the guy needed was a fucking chance. That was the end of our number 2. Let me get to the second round of supers up in this motherfucker, guys. I know I saw a lot of them come in. Man, so good to be back with you guys, man. We're already going toward 2 hours of amplification. I miss this shit. Ain't nobody does it like BC in the unit, bro. You know that shit. We are fucking top of the game. Let's see. Maximus Sage, was it? I think I got Maximus. Raw's, but at least the Packers are good. Yeah, I got Maximus. I got Christopher. I got War Dog. Carlos ended hour number 1. Weed Whackin' Willie starts the second round of VIP Supers with a 5-spot coffee. Weed Whackin' Willie says, I can't stand the new Keith Lee gimmick. It reminds me of a 1980s big man gimmick period. Or parody. A 1980s big man gimmick parody. Specifically King Kong Bundy. No doubt. That's all I can think of, Weed Whackin' Willie, is just now we're starting to do the stereotypical. That's a great way to put it. Is because I honestly feel like he's just another guy on the roster now by making him just another big guy. Whereas Keith Lee was original, unique. There was something so special and captivating that jumped off the screen with Keith Lee. And now he's just another guy on the roster. So that's a really good way to put it. It's a brilliant way to put it. He's just another guy now. That's what's sad, because Keith Lee was never just another guy. And now they tried it with Otis. Remember Otis had this unique gimmick just last year? He was funny as fuck, but he could also fucking wrestle and fuck shit up. And he had the fucking worm elbow and all that shit. And then Vince is just like, you got size. We're going to make you mean. We're going to make you angry. And he became just another guy. I'm all for seriousness, trust me, even more than comedy. I'll always take serious over comedy. But when somebody unique like Otis or unique like Keith Lee comes around, you let them do their thing. Even Bianca Belair, yes, she smiles a little bit more than she should, but it fits the character a lot of the time. She literally knows, in her dome piece anyway, character-wise, she's the best. EST. But Keith Lee just seems like another fucking person right now. Just like Otis. And if you would have told me that a year ago, I would have said you done fallen and dropped on your dome piece a couple, 2, 3, too many times as a child. That's what's happened. Karrion Kross, don't even get me started. Cyan Elite 4K, $4.99. Cyan Elite 4K says, it's almost Halloween. Let's hope BC doesn't throw any trick-or-treaters and their parents through a cement wall. Good to catch a stream again. I can't promise that's not going to happen, Cyan Elite 4K. It's good to have you up in here, man. And I love Halloween. I don't do the whole trick-or-treater shit, though. No. I'm not a big fan of kids. Delaron Utsi, 2-spot BC Packers might take it this year. They look strong as fuck. Yeah, Delaron, there's still a lot of holes in the game, though, man. A lot of areas we need to fix. Our defense is nowhere near where it should be, and our offense is still strongly inconsistent. So the fact that we are 6-1 and on a 6-game winning streak, that tells you something, Delron. If we hit our stride, which is usually late in the season, the past 5 years I've noticed, we really hit our stride late in the season. If you go back to our last Super Bowl victory, we were on the winning streak leading up to it. So yeah, Delron, you could be correct. It doesn't look that way now if you watch their games, but finding a way to win more times than not, 6-1 record thus far, that tells me that later in the season, you could be talking about the Packers as the #1 team. Delron Utsi, thank you. Enforcer, 2K9, 5-spec coffee. Speaking of a Hell in a Cell, Sacramento got screwed over again last week with another non-finish to a main event title match with Belair and Charlotte. Yeah, Enforcer 2K9, you knew that was going to happen, though. And Enforcer 2K9, I don't know if you believe this or not, but there is word out there that Charlotte Flair was pissed off before the match because she actually wanted to drop that son of a bitch. She wanted to drop the title, not just lose the match, get pinned. So I don't know, man. Some people think that that report is bullshit, but then they'll believe other bullshit reports. So I don't know. Like, how are they picking and choosing? You know, I think Charlotte knew that people are pissed with that type of booking, and it's only going to be worse for her. I think Charlotte now does know that. I think before Charlotte was just taking everything Vince gave her. I do think that Charlotte now knows she's fucked with these type of booking decisions. I think Becky Lynch definitely now knows that after SummerSlam. I don't think Becky knew it was going to be this bad for her after she beat Belair in 26 seconds at SummerSlam. But the reaction she has got sense and the people being pissed off, and now she does know how it affects others. I think what happened at SummerSlam was a real eye-opener for a lot of motherfuckers. So, who was that? Enforcer 2K9. Thank you, brother. And yeah, Sacramento, it always seems to be, bro, with those Hell in a Cells. SOS TDM 617. 5-spot coffee. How does Vince in 99 have more testosterone than most of Vince in 99 have more testosterone than most of today's roster? Also, you're right. This World Series is trash. Good to see you again. Red team, go! SOS, damn good to see you up in here, man. You're a Red Sox. I was never really rooting for them, but something about an Astros-Braves World Series does nothing for me. At least I would be a little bit invested with the Red Sox. So I do feel your pain on that, man. My Yankees obviously eliminated by your boys, so I don't think we'll be watching that son of a bitch this year. SOS also has a 2-spot. Honestly, what the fuck is a QT Marshall? No, man. QT, I like the dude, and I know how many people he's helped train, and he's a good dude. But people thinking that he should have beat Cody back a few months ago, bro, that's obnoxious wrestling thinking. So absolutely, SOS. Joey's Adventures, 5-spot coffee. I have become a PC. Oh, I just got kicked off the tube for a second there, man. Again, we got some flooding going around right now, guys. So hopefully I stay on with you. Joey's Adventures, 5-spot. I have become a fan of Joe Gacy and Tony D'Angelo on NXT. I think Tony is going to do that famous horse scene from Godfather on Lash Legend. I never saw that, to be honest with you, Joey's. Joe Gacy's all right, man. Still's got some, obviously, time to develop. Tony D'Angelo, he just... I like the gimmick because I'm also Italian, and there's times where I'm always talking with my fucking hands, and I'm always talking about how you doing, and I'm always doing that because it's just natural. So I always like to see somebody that's from my origins, basically. But I can't help but think that it's just a few steps above Disco Inferno. He just reminds me of a Disco Inferno. So I'm not buzzing like a lot of people are buzzing, right? I'm not acting like Tony D'Angelo is the second coming since Randy Savage or some shit. It's not enough for me to watch NXT, and I like the dude, but I'm not going out of my way to praise Tony D'Angelo for anything. But yeah, I don't mind the guy, to be honest, man. And it's, you know, that Italian gimmick, man, that Jersey Shore gimmick it's anybody can play it. No offense to D'Angelo. I mean, I'm not trying to throw shit. Anybody can play that and rock it. You could have the real fucking situation from the Jersey Shore. Do you guys remember the Jersey Shore on MTV? You can have the situation play that fucking character, and people will fucking be drawn to it. People are drawn to that type of Italian mobster type gimmick. People are drawn to that. That's why Godfather is so fucking epic. Or not maybe straight Italian, but Scarface, for instance, with Al Pacino. You know, that type of character. You know, Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci. So now you add a Tony D'Angelo. Yeah, man, people are, but people are praising this motherfucker like he's the second coming. No, BC is going to need to see a lot more out of this motherfucker. But it's a good start. But let me ask you something. Vince McMahon gets him, and what do you think you're going to get? Honestly. What are you getting from Tony D'Angelo when Vince McMahon gets his hands on him? You ain't gonna get that fucking Italian type dude anymore. You know, you're gonna get a fucking I don't know, bro. You're gonna get he's gonna put a mask on, he's gonna make him a fucking luchador. You're gonna hail him from Mexico. Tony Mysterio, Antonio Mysterio. You never know with Vince, bro. I'm not putting all my eggs in that basket. Anyway, that was a long answer. Who was that? Joey's Adventures. Yeah, but I totally understand, man. Yeah, NXT does have some dudes where obviously have potential, but we've been saying that about NXT for how long? You know? VC Stallion, 199. I'm okay with Tony Khan wrestling if MJF beats him up. Well, now you're talking about a good storyline that's going to go with it, VC Stallion, so I completely agree. I wouldn't have it yet, though. It sounds like you're okay with it starting now. I wouldn't personally have it yet, man. I would definitely have Tony Khan learn a lot more and make it as epic as possible. And I believe time is needed with that. But I love the idea. MJF and Tony fucking Khan. Did you imagine the storyline? So VC Stallion, I'm down with that story. Enforcer 2K9, 2 spots. Swapping the titles really counts as a new reign. I hate it. Enforcer 2K9, I cannot fucking stand it, but I've already ranted multiple minutes on that situation and topic. Enforcer 2K9, thank you. SOS TDM 617, another 2 spot. AJ is larger than life off of wrestling ability. Alone, period, SOS TDM 617. No doubt. And that's what's tragic to see him hold the hands of Omos for all of these months. And then when it's all over, the draft is done. It's a new era, supposedly. And we're still promoting Omos and AJ Styles in a tag team. At some point, you got to have a different plan. Vince has no plan for that. There's no direction for AJ Styles, one of the best wrestlers in the world. It's fucking sad. It's tragic. No other way around it. SOS, thank you, man, as always. Unique Butterflies up in this bitch with a 5-spot coffee. I was very exhausted from work yesterday. After a hot meal and watching Raw, I started to drift off to sleep. Work doesn't even need to do that to you. Overfilling yourself with a nice hot meal doesn't need to do it to you. Just watch Raw and it will literally put you to sleep. That's not a cute little funny thing that we say in this community. I have watched Raw so many times with my fucking notes and pen in hand and literally found myself drifting. So Unique Butterfly, you are far from alone on that notion. Thank you. Good to see you up in here, Unique. Carlos Ray, another 5-spot. That's who I was referring to. Originally, when he says, what do they do with him? I thought you meant AJ. But yeah, Carlos, you could say both. That's who I was referring to. Omos, what do they do with him? He's kind of a big problem. Get another wrestler to team with him. Yeah, Carlos, I thought of the same thing anyway when I talk about what do they do with Styles when that is up. Finally fucking push him like the Styles he is. Omos is your exact words, Carlos. That's a big problem because I already went over it. He ain't going to go 5, 6, 7 minutes in a match with anybody. I see him as a Giant Gonzalez type of wrestler, and I love Giant Gonzalez, but Omos is not Giant Gonzalez. So what are they going to do to make me give a fuck about him? If he's not going to perform that great in the fucking ring, if he's not a great 3-minute promo, then what the fuck do you do with Omos? I'll open that to the chat right now. Chat, put your creative thought, right? I know you came on, you're relaxed with a coffee or a nice hot meal, and you're going to listen to BC, but I'm going to make you think. What do you do with Omos? AJ Styles is finally going on his own way. AJ gets to be one of the best wrestlers in the world again. Omos now is with a WWE 1-year contract. What do you do with Omos? Wrestling says fire him. That was funny, man. Wrestling Reeds, that was great. Put him in NXT, but Trev Reigns, NXT doesn't deserve that, man. This is a dude, again, this is not shade. I actually like Omos, but the guy cannot go 5, 6, 7 minutes in a match. So it's the same Nia Jax. Remember everybody said bring Nia Jax to NXT to get retrained? Because she was injuring everybody? But that's not fair to NXT. DeMonte also says send him in NXT, but I don't know. Iron, a lot of people say NXT, but that's not fair to them. Lucas also says release the son of a bitch. I added the son of a bitch. Put him with Nikki Ash as a superhero combo. What's Omos's superhero name? Yeah, Performance Center, somebody said. Not really. And Michael McLennan, and I think that's not NXT, just the Performance Center. Retrain or get trained properly. I know AJ Styles has been helping him, but Kane 2.0, that's like a Kane negative 9.0, Sir Charles. Yeah, the bodyguard thing is how he kind of started with Styles, though, Robert Coleman. You know, the old school, like Big Daddy Cool and Shawn Michaels, and even Sid Justice, Psycho Sid and Shawn Michaels, and then they turn on each other. That's the way they should have went. Then they went in this weird tag team thing. Oh, that's good, Monique. Umos a superhero. So you got Almost a superhero and Umos a superhero. We already call him Almost anyway. So put him with the superhero. Where is it? Oh, I already flung the superhero, the Almost superhero. Fuck. I wanted to see what Nikki Ash had to say about that. Almost and Almost. The team will just be called Almost. I love it. Oh, I love it. There you go, Baka. Omos a superhero. Oh, fuck, man. This is way more entertaining than Raw. Anyway, who was that? That was, who the fuck was that? Where was I with that? No, I already got Enforcer, right? Unique, I got. SOS. Oh, no, Carlos. That was Carlos. Yeah, referring to what do they do with Well, there you go, Carlos. We just had a long conversation on that, Super Carlos. What do we do with Omos? Who the fuck knows, I think, is the general conclusion. VC Stallion 199. Some guys just think the women are eye candy. LOL. Yeah, VC Stallion. As a dude who just loves the beauty in a woman, man, I look at Natty and Carmela and their assets, and I'm like blown away. Beautiful, right? I look at Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair, and I just see stunning beauty, right? As a dude watching these females, they're beautiful. So there's no way not to think that, right? Just like as a woman watching a Roman or something, you're probably thinking, wow, what a hunk or whatever, right? I mean, it's natural. It's human nature. But there has to be more to that in today's pro wrestling. I want somebody like Mickie James, who's beautiful and can actually wrestle and cut a promo. Check off every box. Sasha Banks. You know, the fucking Asukas in the world. Like, these are the people, man, that we need to start. But to some people, if it's not bra and panty matches, they'll just never really get behind it. Now, there's a piece of me that does miss those bra and panties matches, no doubt. I'd be lying as a dude to say that any other way. But they've evolved, man, and women can do amazing shit now. Just watch a Sasha Banks match. Sasha Banks would have a great fucking match with a fruit roll-up. This motherfucker. She would somehow find a way to tap this fruit roll-up out. I mean, they're amazing, man. So Zelina Vega, for instance, man, we complain that she's a jobber, and then we complain because she's getting a push, because it's not exactly how we would want it. It's a different situation than something like Bearcat. Oh, he's finally getting a push. This is what you want, BC. No, they totally fucking... Zelina is getting pumped up. She's finally getting a character, getting TV time and all. Keith Lee was sitting in your lap already over with the fans. Keith Lee needed nothing. So now you're giving Keith Lee a push with nobody giving a fuck. Karrion Kross, all these guys. That's why there's differences. Anyway, who was that? VC Stallion. Absolutely. Carlos Ray. Another 5-spot BC. That Edge Lita deal was big. Totally destroyed Hardy. Yeah, we talked about Carlos earlier with Triple H in China, and Triple H fucking Stephanie McMahon behind China's back. And how that destroyed China. Matt Hardy, that destroyed. When Edge started fucking Lita behind Matt's back, That destroyed Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy thankfully was able to finally get better, but yeah, he took a dark road after that. And that's what I mean, man. When you fuck around, you know, that could really hurt people badly, man. You know, the whole cheating thing, it's one hell of a concept. Definitely Carlos. Big Daddy Cool. 199. Big Daddy Cool. Bel Air or JoJo? No, you didn't, man. No, you didn't. Shit, man. Ah, they're so beautiful. But I always said that I don't know anybody that's going to come around and be more beautiful than Sasha Banks, but then Bianca Belair came around. So then I was like, fuck, man, I don't even know who to... And Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair blow me away, but then you forget about JoJo and how there's a human being on planet Earth that is as beautiful as JoJo. I have to say JoJo, Big Daddy Cool. I have to say JoJo because I mean, she's melting, bro. You look at JoJo and you just fucking melt in place, bro. I mean, I love Bray Wyatt anyway. If you want to talk about, if I can tap into like a 10-year-old mark and say my favorite wrestler is, but if you're gonna ask who's my favorite wrestler, you guys know this. I don't hide this just because it might sound biased when I'm talking about him in the future. My favorite wrestler is obviously Bray Wyatt. He just is. Bray Wyatt checks off every box for me. I love Bray Wyatt on this channel. So the fact that he ended up with JoJo, man, what are the chances? I'm so proud of him, though. But again, Bray had something with another lady before, too. So I don't know how that all worked out. But I just know that Bray landed JoJo, man. That's a fucking... That's bigger than any jackpot in Las Vegas. Some of you guys are saying, who's that? War Dog, Kayla Braxton, bro. She's grown on me lately, bro. Kayla Braxton is beautiful, too. There are some beautiful, beautiful women on that roster, man. Did you guys see Britt Baker and Jade Cargill, I think it was? They're beefing because they went on social and threw jabs at one another, but Jade Cargill took it to beauty, and she started talking about how I'm more prettier than you or something. And Britt Baker is like, what the fuck, bitch? Nobody talked about looks. And so they're in like, some people think that's a real beef now with them too. Yeah, Renee and Charlie were always so beautiful, and then Vince did away with them. Let them just go. But Renee, Mox, good for Mox. And Charlie, I don't know who Charlie's fucking, but good for them. Anyway, all right, we're getting off base here, man. What the fuck led us to that? Oh, Big Daddy Cool asking about Belair or JoJo. It's got to be JoJo, man. Got to be JoJo. That's the second round of Supers, guys. I know there's a lot more that came in. We'll keep that for the third round. I want to go over the third round of Raw first. Get another swig, man. We over 2 hours yet? Yeah, we're going toward 3 hours on the stream, man. Fucking A. You guys are the best, man. Solid gold. Jade Cargill is the sexiest woman in wrestling. Hey, I ain't going to argue that, man. Everyone has their preference, and she's obviously a beautiful fucking girl. A baddie with a fatty, Lord Quaz. Jamie Hayter. That's awesome. Where we could talk about the fucking beautiful girls in wrestling all fucking day long, man. The independent scene has beautiful women, too. Go to your local bingo halls and see that beauty, man. And they can wrestle. So not only are you going to see a stunning woman, but you're going to see some good wrestling. Our number 3, RK Bro versus Dirty Dogs for the Raw Tag Titles. This was a good 13-minute match, but the finish was as redundant and as expected as imaginable. Matt Riddle, that's right. I call him Matt Riddle because I hate this fucking shortening of the names just because Vince is getting older and he might forget the original name, the whole name. So he dwindles everybody down. I'm surprised AJ Styles is not just AJ and then it hasn't been brought down to just A. Omos and A. So Matt Riddle defeats Dolph Ziggler via the awe inspect. Now, remind you, this is a new era, right? We're going to get fucking awesome shit we've never seen before. Awesome finishers, period, are gonna come back, right? We're gonna identify wrestlers with their finishers again, right? This is what we're told. It's a new era. It's new superstars. We've already seen rematches. So why not see a fucking roll-up, right? Because Matt Riddle defeated Dolph Ziggler via the awe-inspiring, ultra devastating fruit roll-up. That's right, a good old-fashioned fruit roll, but different take on it, a little bit of a twist of a variation of roll-up, but a roll-up just literally sent them ass over tea kettle, held down the shoulders, and it was a roll-up victory. Just like that, Matt Riddle defeats Dolph Ziggler, and the champions retain their championships on a fruit roll-up. Again, this is a season premiere. This is a new era. That's what is so fucking hilariously tragic to me, is we're doing the same shit. Nobody in the company got the memo that this is a new era. So we get the same fucking shit. So Dolph Ziggler, this isn't Dolph's first one either, by the way, but Dolph Ziggler, he ends up getting a Fruit Roll-Up Award, our latest recipient of the Fruit Roll-Up Award. Wow! Bow! There you go, Dolph. What the fuck is Dolph doing? Somebody give Dolph the Fruit Roll-Up Award. Who is that? Ninja Tozawa, put that shit down. The moose cake is yours. The triple-layered moose cake, not the fruit roll-up. Where the fuck is Dolph? Somebody get... What do you mean he's at the ice cream truck with almost a superhero? Almost didn't even get permission from Rhea Ripley to be at the ice cream ding-dong cart. Well, when he comes back, give him the Fruit Roll-Up Award. Anyway, Dolph Ziggler's the latest recipient of the Fruit Roll-Up Award. It's the same old WWE. Doesn't fucking matter. You can call it a new era all you want. You can say that it's a season premiere. You can say you're going to see all new, fresh, organic, unique shit. And you're still going to see rematches and fruit roll-ups and reckless booking. Still going to see it. Hold on. Wait, guys. What's that? Are you serious? Can you confirm it or no? Find out more, please. Find out more. Find out more. I just got word that Elias was seen at the same ding-dong cart as almost a superhero and Dolph, and then he ran away into the woods. I don't know if this is true or not. I'm going to have my guys are still on it, man, but I heard that Elias was seen getting an ice cream sandwich and a fudgicle from the ding-dong cart. So I'll keep my guys on it, man. I'll be looking into that, but maybe there was an Elias sighting, man. Everybody says that they saw him, except for Nikki Ash. She said, I almost saw him. It looked like him. I got a couple different views, but I can't confirm. It was almost a sighting. But everybody but Nikki Ash said they definitely saw him, so I'll keep track on that for you guys. So this was a fruit roll-up, and it was so close to the end of the show, man. It was the last, well, maybe not, but it was the third hour. And we didn't see any roll-ups yet. And I was like, oh, maybe they're done with it. Maybe they're done with the fucking roll-up, man. Because we were in the third hour and I hadn't seen one. A lot of the show, they were teasing it. Every match had a lot of teases with the roll-up. But they didn't do it. And then here we are in the third hour, and sure enough, they're like, no, it's right back to WWE. This is what they do. Fruit roll-ups. And again, my man JR9 has confirmed that Sasha Banks was the 100th roll-up. Since we've been keeping those statistics. So Sasha Banks was the award winner at Crown Jewel of 100. Can't make that shit up. And then we went into a fatal four-way ladder match main event. Owens versus Mysterio versus Balor versus Rollins. What I like about this match is good action, right? We had good action. There's no doubt. I'm not going to fucking totally shit on it. They put their bodies on the line. But you've seen one ladder match. You've seen them all pretty much. Unless you do something drastically unique. There was nothing drastically unique here. It was everything we've seen before. Right down to the wooden ladder being spray painted to look like an actual steel ladder, and Owens went through it and all that stuff. But they did it. It was good action. What I didn't like about this match, number one, it was a schmaz. So this is typical Vince McMahon's lazy booking. He didn't build anybody up in a prominent fucking role that we need to see them in. So he's just going to put a bunch of superstars together in one match and hope that that pops the rating. Number one, it was a schmaz match. That's what I didn't like about it. Number two, 3 faces and 1 heel? What the fuck? This is what I mean. Vince doesn't even give a fuck anymore about who's who. He doesn't care about heels and faces and how the fans react to that. You still need the good guy, bad guy concept. The face-heel concept. I understand fans have gotten fickle as fuck, and they'll cheer sometimes the heels and vice versa. I get it, but you still need the fan favorites and the ones they like to boo. You still need that. Vince doesn't give a fuck if it was 4 faces in there. And number 3, they're devaluing the Money in the Bank even more than they already have. This was basically a Money in the Bank contract match. They even held a contract up high. For a number 1 contenders match? For a fucking belt that Goldberg just walked up to Big E 2 months ago and said, "You're next. Hey, you're next." But now all of a sudden we got to go through this and devalue Money in the Bank and have another ladder match. We're abusing the ladder match privilege. We're devaluing it to the point where when Money in the Bank comes around, and Money in the Bank, the actual matches and the winners have been being fucking devalued anyway. You look at Otis when he got the contract, and then he just lost it to the fucking Miz, and then the Miz fucking loses the cash in. And what the fuck was the point of giving it to Otis then? And then we all remember the James Ellsworth Carmela debacle. So as if they haven't already devalued Money in the Bank, now we're just going to have a Money in the Bank type of a ladder match every fucking time to try to get a contract that's hanging up high. A ladder match for everything. I'd be more entertained if they hung a fucking box of donuts. A box of donuts up high. So Finn Balor had to retrieve a box of donuts and actually eat them. That would be in the stipulation. You have to retrieve the box of donuts, and then you have to actually eat them. To watch Finn Balor have to eat a donut, that would be amazing television. He'd watch his fucking abs like they were melting like the Wicked Witch from The Wizard of Oz. One of the abs is slowly going down. Oh, a donut has killed me. I'm melting. I'm melting. It's a fucking donut. Enjoy it. So yeah, that's what I didn't like about the fucking match. Rollins ends up winning this thing. It's the only way they could fucking go. Otherwise, you're getting a face-face, another face-face, or a heel-heel. Vince doesn't give a fucking what. You watch the crowd. The crowd is basically telling you they don't know what the fuck to do. It's so important that you build up favorites versus non-favorites. So, of course, Rollins wins this thing. Surprised they even got that correct. And now we're going to get Rollins and Big E most likely at the next pay-per-view or some shit. And again, next week is going to be Belair and Bex for the championship. Who do you guys have next week on Raw, man? Who walks away with the title? Do you have Becky Lynch walking away, or do you have Bianca Belair? Even though it's late, better late than never, and Belair walks away with the title. And either way, it sucks because it should have been at a pay-per-view. Belair should have been winning at a pay-per-view if it's going to be a title victory. Same thing with Sasha Banks. Pay-per-views don't seem special anymore. But who do you guys have, man? A lot of you guys are saying Bianca. Yeah, I wouldn't mind Bex keeping the title now because, again, it is so late. She should have dropped it before the title switch. But the fact that Belair cannot lose this match, I don't see how Bianca doesn't walk away with the fucking strap. Or do they do some schmazzery, some bullshit that's just going to take us to another match? At least their segment last night was damn good and solid between the two. Baka, is FS1 still doing the, is Fox on FS1 again this week, or are they back on their normal time slot? Or is the playoffs booting SmackDown this week. I know it doesn't have any jurisdiction over Raw. This is a Raw match anyway, but... Oh, it's back on FS1. Fuck, man. Yeah, I feel AEW, man. Everyone thought they were going to do better ratings because SmackDown is over on a cable network. So even if there is a hangover on time, 2 weeks ago, it was like a half an hour. I think last week, Vince McMahon put something against it too, or was that on Saturday Night for Dynamite? They replayed a SmackDown. Vince has been doing some tricks lately. But Rampage is not benefiting from this at all. This FS1 shit. So it's back on FS1. That's a huge handicap for Vince because this isn't just like a channel that's in every hotel room or in everybody's cable station list. FS1 is considered what's called a third-tier cable channel, guys. It's not like a Fox or a CNN or something like that where you're going to get, or an ESPN, where it's top tier, or in worst case, second tier. In other words, every resort is going to have it. Every bar is probably going to have that channel optional. FS1 is not at that level yet. It's called a third tier, which means a lot of people do not have FS1. So that's why that's really bad for Vince. And why you really see a drastic change between 2.1 million on SmackDown a few weeks ago and down to like 800, 900, maybe a million. It's a big difference because people ain't even able to watch it. War Dog. Vince ain't no damn magician. Better stop doing tricks. But hey, you blinked, and all of a sudden, the man has a different title over her shoulder. Absolutely fucking stupid. Go Braves. Fuck the Braves and the Astros in this whole World Series. I get no vibe from the Braves ever. The Braves are such a boring fucking team to me. The Astros were they cheated to beat the Yankees a couple fucking years ago. I'll never get over that. If the Red Sox were in the World Series, I'd at least watch. I literally don't even give a fuck about the World Series this year. It's such a boring fucking contest. Fucking who wants to watch a World Series with the Braves in it? The Braves. The fuck? Fucking A, bro. Oh, Robert Hurt, I got you, man. Much love, man. I got you. If that's your team, that's your team. I'm just saying, man, for the rest of us, that is not a fun World Series. I was hoping for, even if my Yankees are out, which they were early, I was hoping for something like fun, something captivating, you know? Seems pretty boring. I don't watch NXT, but I'd rather watch NXT than the World Series, I'll tell you that much. Oh, Tony, Yankees, Dodgers, bro? The networks, bro. The networks would be, but ching, ching, they wouldn't even be able to sleep. They're counting their fucking money that they're going to make, the networks, on the Yankees versus the Dodgers. Fuck yeah. Hold on, I know there was a third round of supers, man. I want to get to my VIPs, bro. I got to see where I left off, though. War Dog starts the third round of super VIPs. How you doing? Hey, War Dog, how you doing, huh? It's going to take more for me to jump on the Tony D'Angelo fucking... To me, it's like a fucking one level up from Santino Marella or the Disco Inferno. War Dog. Ashley Steggles, 179, was supposed to be a half-hour stream. 2 hours later. We are closing in on 2.5 hours, actually. So it is 2 hours later. Ashley Steggles, thanks, brother. Jay, 499. What up, Jay? ABC, welcome back, dude. Thank you, Jay. Jay says, just wanted to ask, did you enjoy Rollins versus Edge more than Reigns versus Edge? Oh, man. Yeah. Man. I like Reigns versus Edge a little bit more because it's more main event level, but that is how you do a Hell in a Cell. I'll put it to you this way, Jay. Rollins and Edge, what they did at Crown Jewel, that should have been at an actual Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. I don't understand why Vince can't just do that at his Hell in a Cell pay-per-views. And while at Hell in a Cell, they end up being fucking a clusterfuck. So I really enjoyed that Rollins Edge Hell in a Cell, but Reigns versus Edge is just more huge to me. So I think I was able to enjoy that so much more, and the storytelling took precedent over just the craziness of the gimmick of the match. Does that make sense, Jay? So yeah, I'm going to say Reigns versus Edge. Thank you, brother. Unique Butterfly came high rolling up in this motherfucker with several supers here, man. Unique with a 5 spot says, I will admit that I kind of lost respect for Becky after SummerSlam because she chose not to speak up on Bianca's behalf and just could have said no. Now, yes, Unique, but you got to remember, Becky is told to come back spur of the moment because she has to replace Sasha. So this was not the original plan. Vince is telling you this is what's happening. It's all happening fast. You're not going to say no to him at that point. So I agree they need to start speaking up because this is their character on the line, their careers. But I feel in that situation, Bex was not thinking about how bad this was going to be in the long run. And she found out huge afterwards. So I don't want to blame Becky too much now looking back at it, but I totally agree. She should have known a little bit more beforehand. She found out the hard way, and I can just tell that something like that, if she has any say in it, will never happen again. I can just see that, man. And if I'm wrong, then she didn't learn her lesson. Or maybe she literally had no say in it, man. But yeah, Unique, that was such a weird situation where I can't help but blame Vince McMahon and not so much Becky. Unique also has a 5 spot says, but then again, Bianca herself could have spoken up to Vince. Now more than ever, a performer must protect their characters. Exactly, Unique. That's what I just said. So that's where Belair, being so new, probably thought she can't speak up. And we don't know how it is back there, man. Everybody says it's Vince's way or the highway. That's why we don't blame Bruce Pritchard or Kevin Dunn or fucking Laurinaitis or any of them. It's because we know it's Vince and Vince alone. And if he says something, that's it. You need to really have power in that company. You know, you have to be like a Roman Reigns, for instance, who we know Roman and Brock Lesnar. Brock and Roman have say in what they do. If Brock and Roman say no, we know no. It's not happening. I don't think Bianca felt like it was appropriate for her to do so. Otherwise, I agree with you, Unique. Unique Butterfly also has a 2 spot saying, it's Bruce's fault that it's raining right now. I already blamed him for that, Unique. Woke up at 3:30 a.m. after 1.5 hours of sleep, and I said, damn it, Bruce. Because that's what we do. I don't even say Bruce and Vince anymore. I say, Bruce, why is it raining right now? I was just in Florida, bro. Joey's Adventures, 5 spot. Big E vs. Seth should have been saved for the Raw WrestleMania main event. Could have been. Yep. Absolutely agree, Joey's Adventures. Do you build that's the only play right now, right? If you think of the Raw roster, who are the heels up there with... I'm taking this to the chat because I don't even want to think about this right now. I'm going to have you guys tell me. Who are the heels on the Raw roster that are main event level like Rollins right now? Raw heels, main event Rollins, WrestleMania main event level. Who is it? Trev, I have to agree, but let's see. Okay, Lashley. Lashley just got tooled on by Goldberg. So good luck building him back up, but otherwise, Joey's, yeah, it would be Lashley. But we already saw it. See what I mean? They don't think about that. So we already did the Lashley Big E bullshit. Big Nang, Styles should be. But Styles is too busy playing around and holding fucking Omos's hand. Right now, they're probably skipping to the ice cream cart if Nikki Ash and Dolph Ziggler get the fuck out of the way. But right now, I'm picturing AJ Styles holding the hand of Omos and they're skipping to the ice cream cart. Doodle sticks, doodle sticks, doodle sticks. Ooh, ooh, they have the fucking gumball ice cream back. Excuse me, do you have the WWE ice cream bars? They used to come with little cards of the actual wrestler? So it can't be AJ Styles. He's fucking holding Omos's hand, eating ice cream. Edge? Yeah, JR9. Edge would, yeah, as a heel? Fuck yeah, JR9. Could you imagine heel Edge one more time? Big Nang said that too, man. There's nobody. I made you guys think, right? I mean, this isn't just me ranting and raving. I like to take it to the chat so you guys feel my words. Like, aside from Rollins, who do you have? You just have Lashley fucking faceplant by Goldberg. Lashley last night sent out a statement, when I come back, I'm going to be the fiercest monster or whatever the fuck. Bro, Goldberg just fucking sent you through a fucking table straight fucking 97 feet to hell. Now when you come back, you're going to be fucking great. Yeah, a bear cat or a fucking tiger dog or a fucking zebra ferret. Carrying Cross, Big Nang. Yeah, good luck building fucking Helmet McGee over there. Medieval's time helmet, his fucking OnlyFans leather straps, his leather suspenders like he almost came from an OnlyFans photo shoot. There's nobody is my point, right? You guys saw that now with my question to you guys. You guys now see that, who was it? Let me go back. Hold on. Who said that originally? Joey's Adventures. Big E versus Seth should have been saved for the WrestleMania main event. Vince doesn't think that way. Let's pop the quick rating now. Let's fucking get it done now. That's why you saw Dominic versus Austin Theory. Some young bucks, no pun intended, to AEW. But you have this new blood on Raw, right? Austin Theory, Dominic. Hey, that could be a fun storyline. And at a pay-per-view in the future, you culminate the match. No, let's just do it on night number 1 of the season premiere. Seth is the only option for Big E right now. Let's get it done immediately. The dude doesn't think about the future anymore. He doesn't give a fuck about it. And you see the thumbnail. Him, Triple H, and Stephanie just laugh to the bank. They don't give a fuck. Carlos, 5 spot. Carlos says BC Omos should have been a bodyguard, nothing more. Completely agree. You want him to wrestle like the old school Zeus or something like that, that's fine. The shelf life for a wrestler like that is very small. That's the truth, guys. If you don't have a real cemented plan for Omos, everybody is going to fall on their face within proxy of him. AJ Styles, one of the best wrestlers in the world, included. And we're starting to see that. AJ Styles has been greatly devalued throughout this year. Let me see here. Carlos, another 5-spot man. Carlos, man. Much love, Carlos. Missed you guys, man. BC, Vega plays the queen role very well. It seems made for her. They can get a lot out of this. Thank you, Carlos. Somebody with some fucking sense. Absolutely. She does the dress-up thing all the time, man. She loves the whole role-playing, things like that, and getting dressed up, and I don't know if it's superheroes or not, but Zelina loves that. So you give her this queen gimmick and she's gonna believe in it. I love what I'm seeing from Zelina. Finally, a push. And everybody's pissed off. Just like they were when she was a jobber. Well, which is it? You didn't like Zelina when she's a jobber. You don't like her when she's getting a push. You think she's a sellout because she made a financial decision for her future and she felt it was best. And nobody is unionized anyway, so it wouldn't fucking matter. Absolutely, Carlos. I don't mind this at all. I hope they do good by her. Knowing WWE, they'll have her losing the Dewdrop next week and we'll play 50-50 booking with the new queen. But for now, I'm loving what I'm seeing from Zelina. PB Sillapride, $4.99. As BC has said before, a woman who is beautiful and has amazing talent is more than definitely the full package. PB Sillapride, absolutely. Beauty is just a piece, man. If that's the case, Eva Marie would have multiple championships. No, Eva Marie cannot wrestle. That's a problem. That's not shade. She just can't. But she's a pretty face. Okay, but what's next? Wrestling has evolved, especially women's wrestling. If you need to go out there and have a 17-minute title match, is Eva Marie going to captivate for 17 minutes? 7 minutes, I'd be befuddled. But if you put Sasha Banks and Bayley in there for a title 17-minute match, 20, 22 minutes, if you put Asuka in there with Bianca Belair, even Charlie Flair, whether you like her or not, and the booking sucks with Charlie from day one, no doubt. But I can believe that Charlie Flair is going to go in there for 17 minutes and knock it out of the park. With fucking, I almost said Mickie James. No, we took a good wrestler and we chucked her to the, we got rid of Mickie James so we can make room for Eva Marie. That makes a lot of sense, Vince. But if you had Mickie James versus Charlie Flair, yeah, I know that they can handle themselves for 20 minutes. If you tell me Eva Marie's going for a championship right out of the gate, you're telling me that it's not going to be a 20-minute classic. 15, 10, 5. Absolutely, PB still a pride. Beauty is only half the denominator, man. You need that other half of the equation, I should say. Do you have talent? War Dog, 5-spot coffee. Zelina is cute as queen, but Shayna Baszler would have been the better option. Queen of Spades. I don't want Shayna with that gimmick, though, War Dog. I understand booking-wise, the push would be needed. Long overdue. I don't think I want her with the crown and a scepter and a robe. So I understand I understand what you're saying, War Dog. And if this was a legit tournament, like real, like we got some good wrestling matches throughout, even maybe one or two classics, and this felt like one of those type of tournaments. Yeah, Shayna Baszler maybe, but I'm okay with her not having that gimmick. I'm more than okay with her not having that gimmick, actually. So, Zelina Vega, I'm totally fine. This does a lot for Zelina. Big name. Queen Shayna would look like King Sheamus. Talk about a flop. Yeah, I don't think that tournament was really Shayna's. I just don't like Shayna in a because you know Vince is going to do the whole queen, the robe, the crown, the scepter. You knew that. Zelina, like Carlos said, man, it just fits Zelina. Because that's what she does in real life. She's always putting on shit like that. She loves that. Shayna should just be a Ronda Rousey type of a character. Fuck your robe. Fuck your crown. Fuck your scepter. And fuck your queen's tournament. I'm here to destroy. That is how you build up Shayna. Do you guys remember? I think it was Elimination Chamber when Shayna just drilled through everybody. That's how you book a son of a bitch like Shayna. But yeah, I hear where you're going with it, War Dog. I mean, that's something set up for Shayna to run through. Unique Butterfly, another 5-spot. Vince is bad for wrestling in general. He needs to be removed pronto. Yeah, and again, Unique, I say this all the time. I said it in this stream. He was once a genius back in the 80s. It's sad to see what has happened to Vince, man, and the lack of care, the energy in the WWE product. I think a lot of his attention is still on the XFL. Even though The Rock bought it, something is up, man. I think Vince McMahon is in cahoots with The Rock, and Vince McMahon is not done with the XFL. And I think a lot of his time and energy is being put into that. Blitzball Champ, 10-spot, couple of coffees. What up, Blitzball? Blitzball says, welcome back, Beastie. Thank you, Blitzball Champ. Question for you. With Xia Li getting ready to debut on SmackDown, you think her main roster run will be hit or miss? If Vince allows her to be Xia Li, it's going to be a huge grand slam every single time she's out there. Xia Li is fucking awesome. If this is typical Vince McMahon shredding down the confidence and the self-esteem of his superstar, which in this case is Xia Li, then Xia Li is going to be a miserable disappointment. It's what makes me, Blitzball Champ, it's what makes me fear the day that Io Shirai gets called up or called down. When Io Shirai goes to Vince McMahon, I don't know what to expect, man, because if it's anything like Asuka and Kairi Sane, I dread that for her. And we're about to see what happens with Xia Li. This is going to be a little bit of foreshadowing, foreseeing into the future with Io Shirai. So it can go either way, Blitzball. We have to see if Vince is going to let her be, or is it going to be another Bearcat Keith Lee situation? Is it going to be another Karrion Kross situation, another Otis situation, where Vince feels he's got to totally rebrand, repackage, redo everything with something that is already working? And that was the third round, man. I don't know if there was more supers that came in after I was doing that round, but hold on, let me check. I think I got everybody. Did I get everybody? Hold on, let me check. Oh boy. Okay, I'm on a fucking delay. All right, hold on, please. Technical difficulties. We are live, people. I think I got everybody. I think Blitzball Champ was the last one. So, guys, headed toward 3 hours. We knew this was going to take a minute. I've been away for a couple of weeks. I needed to talk about a lot of things. I thank you guys so much for joining BC, man. So good to see my tried and trues up in here. Some people that I haven't heard from in a long time, man. Showing some love. Either smashing that up or entering the chat. If they've been subscribed for at least 4 weeks, man, able to send some VIP super. It was just so good to see all you guys show up, man. Basically, with less than 24 hours of notice. I put up the image last night to try to get you guys a little bit into knowing BC was coming live today. But I know it was short notice. As we head toward 500, I really want to thank everybody that took a moment to smash that up. That's going to greatly help the algorithm as thousands come in, man. I tell you guys that all the time. So, and it's fitting, by the way, Carlos. It's fitting that the last VIP super would be Carlos. He started the VIPs, man. Let's end it that way. 5-spot coffee. Carlos says, BC, great to have you back, brother. Salute. So good to see you, Carlos, and all you guys, man. So I definitely appreciate that, man. Again, Carlos, if you could have saw this dude on the bus, man. Again, his name was Carlos, jamming out the Disney music, blasting it on this shuttle bus all the nights that we went over to the Springs for dinner, man. I kept thinking about Carlos from the Amplified Unit, bro. Much love, guys. Marie Appleway 3, check you. Connie. JR9. Much love, dude. I still love that, man. I told you nothing, man. I'm like, who's the guy who was facing Cody? And we said no, or whatever the fuck. And I couldn't think of the name, man. JR9's just like, QT Marshall. That was awesome. Iron Riaz. Much love, respect, man. Iron Riaz, man. My tried and trues up in here like Big Nang. NJPW Girl was up in this bitch. How about Jazz? Was Jazz up in here? Well, if not, if Jazz is one of the thousands coming in later, even though you're catching this not live, much love to Jazz as well. Connie Carroll was up in here. Connie. Blueprint Nation. What up, Blueprint? Who else is I got? Bing Nang, right? Enforcer 2K9, a super VIP. Tyler Turner, Lone Rebels Summer 96. That was a long one. Much love. Bakayuka, Lucas Allen, Juan de Lepez, Juan, Eric Leno, Robert Hurt, Wrestling Reeds, Wicked Bunny, War Dog. I got Sir Charles, right? Robert Coleman. Fuck, man. Again, I'm on a delay, man. I can't get everybody, obviously. Christopher Lloyd, Christopher Blackshear, a couple of Christophers. War Dog just came in at the last second with a 5-spot coffee, man. War Dog's going to be the lasting super image, man. War Dog says, salute, BC, my brother. You've been missed, and you're loved. Several coffees saluting. War Dog, you guys have been missed, man. Thank you. War Dog with the love, dude. Right at the tail end of the stream. Just good to have you up in here, War Dog. Trust me. All my amp unit, dude. Who else up in here? DeMonte Mabree. I got Wrestling Reeds, I believe. Damian Swampy. Red Team, go. Pimp Jesus. Lord Quaz. Laura Wilhelm. Hope I said that right. Laura Wilhelm. Hopefully I said that correct. Yeah, Laura, much love. My tried and trues, man. Monique S. Dave Mealy was up in this bitch. Dave. Antoine Freeman. Got my boy Jer9, obviously. Renee G got up out of this. Carlos, now tell the truth. Carlos, did you tell her I was going live? Renee G, much love. Amazing Tribe. Of course, I got Big Nang up in this bitch. TKG, Red Team, go. Trev Raines, Ikea Haywood, Janelle Layton, Thomas the Gazelle 2-spot. Here's $2 on some donuts. I'm gonna put that to the Finn Balor donut fund, bro. Get a whole nother box of Entman's donuts. Softies. I'm gonna convince one day Finn Balor to eat a fucking donut. Thomas the Gazelle, thank you, dude. Last second super. CT Hill, JP on Sports, salute. TKC4 Car, Tony Partida, Blitzball Champ. Damn, a lot of you guys still up in here just shooting the shit, bro. Gabrielle Valentine, thanks for dropping by and saying hello. Back to you, Gabrielle Valentine. Whew. All right, guys, we'll be here all fucking day, man. But everybody, all my amp unit, man, much love. PB Silla Pride last second. What up? Yeah, all you guys, man. And again, I'm on a delay, so I tried to get a lot of shout outs there. But to all my VIP supers, man, thank you, man. The coffees do not go unnoticed. Never needed, always appreciated. And I drank a lot of fucking coffee. More coffee than I ever have this month, so always appreciated. And it keeps us amplified for 3-hour streams like this. So much love to all you guys, man. And we'll do this again in the near future. Thank you for waiting for BC, man. Again, it wasn't just about going to get in a tan for a couple days. I had a lot of business to get through. And because I was able to do that, man, we are going to be flying into WrestleMania season now, man. So a lot of great content still to come. Thank you guys, man. D stands alone. I see that shit, man. Fourth one. Carlos and Jer9, man. Much love, especially to you guys and so many others, man. Santivia Major was up in here earlier. SOS TDM 617 was up in here. I don't think that SoundCloud was up in here. I don't believe. SoundCloud is probably going to join the thousands later. But SoundCloud, much love, dude. And so many fucking others, man. Haley Lucas as well. All my tried and trues, man. All right. BC's out. I got to down the rest of that. I've been nursing this so I can get through the stream. And now I got to go get a fresh, large, hot one, man. A hot Dunkin'. And I'm going to down that shit and beat the fuck out of Tuesday. Check you guys. Check you. Salud.